Moo. How's it going, chat? Happy New Year. How's it going, everyone? Hi, Stan. Hi, Red. Thank you for the 14 months. Hi, 2J. Hi, Aloris. Hi, Tark. Zero, thank you for the 10 months. Aaron, thank you for the 37. Hell yeah, new year, new resubs, I guess. How's everyone doing today? How was your Happy New Year's? Did you guys do anything exciting, anything interesting? Or did you spend it sick like everyone else I know? Tark, thank you for the 5 gifted. Hell yeah, hype train, let's go. My game of 25 is Umamuse Pretty Derby. Oguri Cap is best girl. Aaron, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not, just because that is not what I would have expected your answer to be. Happy New Year, the first of the year. First of the year, true. Stan got the first. Hi, Koi, how's it going? I hanged around, I am EP. I'm EP too. I think I'm more awake now, though. I just had dinner. I cooked my signature dish, which is my mom's signature dish. Arroz con gandules. Con pollo. Muy delicioso. I finished like a dragon just in time for the new year? How was it? Now you only have one mainline Yakuza game left, right? I was sick on New Year's, was alone too. Oh, I'm sorry, Zero. If it makes you feel any better, Lucy and Bree were sick. And it was doubly worse for Bree because it was her birthday. I haven't streamed since 2025. I know, it's been so long. I saw where Bree is sick with the flu and now Lucy has the flu. I hope that Coco won't get sick. I've been staying away as much as I can. Kind of hard because it's like, okay, you can't kiss your girlfriend for a week. And I'm like, but why I wanna? I gotta give that tongue. All right, it wasn't me this time. My dog's getting sick this holiday period. Congratulations. I wish everyone else was so lucky. Apparently it's like everywhere. It's like in her job, Lucy's sister got sick. Lickies. My second favorite Yakuza game, easily the best game I played all last year. I want to play that game at some point, but I know you kind of have to play the others. Might have a cold and get friend got the flu. Oh shit! Stay away, 2J. Make sure you don't kiss your friend. All right. I know it's tempting. Yeah, a lot of people sick this year. It's kind of crazy, actually. Like, I don't know what happened. Everyone all of a sudden just got the flu. Infinite Wealth was the last main line, but I got 2 games to play and 3 games after. What the fuck else is there? There's Judgment, and then there's like that samurai Yakuza game. Are you really gonna play all of those? Online friend? Oh, okay. You're safe. I guess you didn't kiss the screen? No, you don't have no idea where that screen's been. Aaron is like a dragon. Yeah, but that unnerves Coco. Meanwhile, I had to hide from my neighbors to make sure they didn't stay for my sake. Yeah, they're lucky they had me around. I've been doing a lot for them. A lot of driving around, going to the store and buying medicine and taking care of Wusi mostly. Because Bree got sick kinda at the same time, but then got worse and Wusi's gotten better. It was kind of weird, honestly. Hi, Cheerful, how's it going? Happy New Year. Gaiden, Lost Judgment. Oh yeah, Power Yakuza. The fuck is... Oh wait, what's Gaiden? I know Ishin. That's the samurai one. What the fuck is Gaiden? God damn. Yeah, so much to go. But yeah, chat. That was my new year was kind of just staying at home. Didn't really do much. Cleaned up the living room, which was nice. I got to put up some of my Christmas gifts, which I should take a picture eventually. Eventually. I still have other Christmas gifts that I need to put up. But I might reorganize my desk. I haven't decided on that yet. I'm really considering it though. Problem is, I don't have space on my desk. I have a Switch and a PS5. That takes up like quarter of my desk. And then I have 3 monitors. Kind of pain in the ass. Hey, I've trained over. What'd I get? What was the emote? Choo choo! It's a fucking camera? What the fuck? Alright, that is an emote of all time. Mr. Gogo, can you clear up an argument me and Preds got? Sure. I'll make sure to take sides. Takes place after 6 and during part of 7. Oh. Oh, the man who erased his name. Oh, that game. That game. He plays Kido again. Twitch is running out of ideas. Yeah, how often do they do these like emotes to make a new one? Is that like once a month or something? Do you have a 6-pack? I got a 6-pack of beer. Does that count? Oh, my dog is my favorite default emote. That's a banger. That's a banger emote. Oh, my favorite default is... I used the lol for a long time until I made my own. Oh yeah, you like your freaking... the gritty goose. Fucking emote. I'll take that as a not yet. Alright, that's fair. Love parkour. I have not seen that one. I don't... I'm gonna check my emotes. I've only seen my server emotes. Emoji? No, emotes. Emote? Favorites? That... I don't know how to check it from my OBS. For platform mishaps, I would never. All right, chat. Are you guys excited for what we're doing today? Because I'm excited. I'm excited. Let me pull it up. Hold on, let me pull it up. I'll pull it up. If you read the title of the stream/video, you would know. But who reads, right? There we go. The good or bad opinions for a favorite cow-themed streamer. Only good opinions are allowed here. If you have a bad opinion, I'll ban you. Those are the rules. I didn't make them. I just enforce them. More like those are the rules. I don't enforce them. I just make them. Is this the Coco workout stream? No, you're not getting one of those. I remember how many games you played this year, Lamau. Oh man, chat. I had to redo my spreadsheet. Here, I'll put it over here. This is my spreadsheet. In theory, when you do !games or you check the description on my Twitch page, it'll link you to this doc and you can come here and look at all the games I've ever played on stream. I have it documented on a beautiful spreadsheet. Everything should be correct. I updated it today. I've actually been updating the past few days. I even have a list of games that I want to play in the future. I kind of need to tweak this a bit more. I tweaked it a little bit. Where's the fuck is the full screen button? There it is. But yeah, we got our list here. I even labeled if I haven't finished it or finished it. I have played 53 games. I've played 53 games this past year, which is crazy. Technically, also, I did play Marvel Rivals, but like I didn't really put it because like it's a game I played last. I don't know. I did technically also play that. That was one thing I left out of the main list. And the tier list, because that's a game I played last year, it doesn't really count. So, light mode is best mode. I'm surprised you still have vision. Especially is a good idea. Gonna add this to my Mila note. What's a Mila note? Checks timeout button. Yeah, like I said, only good opinions here. This is just over a game every week. Fuck, when you put it like that, that's a lot, isn't it? Holy shit. That's a lot. So, this list only includes games I played on stream. I technically played quite a few games off stream. I've been playing Metroid Fusion and Metroid 2 on my Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. Currently playing Oracle of Ages on my Game Boy Color. Like, those are some repeats I did. There was also a couple of games I played for my my friend group's video game club, which I didn't put on here. For example, a good one is Doom. I played Doom this year, the OG original Doom. But I didn't stream it, and it's not like a new game that came out this year, so I didn't really bother putting it on this list. So yeah, this list only includes games I played in the year 2025. Normally I would leave out the games I have played before, but this time I will keep them in here and I will rate them. And then at the end, after I rate all of the games, I'm going to separate out the games I have played and put it in the have played before. You know, just as a comparison sake for certain things. Because for example, this past year, I played all of the Mario Kart games, most of the Star Fox games, and most of the Metroid Prime games. And I think it'd be kind of fun if we can, like, in a way, rank those as well. It would be an incomplete list on both of those fronts because I didn't play Star Fox Adventures this year. I didn't play Metroid Prime 1 this year, but, you know, I think it'd be kind of fun. There's a web page where you can add images and stuff. That's what I use. Ah, I see. Good, because I don't get the vampire effects when I roll up the blinds. You roll up the blinds? The blinds are always closed. Doom's still fun? Yeah, I never played Doom before, and I was pleasantly surprised how well that game holds up for, like, you know, a game that came out in 1990, what, 3 or something like that? Like, never played it before, no nostalgia for Doom whatsoever. And I played it, and I was like, damn, this is fucking good. It is good. No wonder everyone ripped it off for, like, the following 10 years. That's not always the case with some games that I played that came out in the early 90s that may or may not be on this list. I may ruffle some feathers. So, ooh, I'll click on the link. I can't see it. I have to log in, I guess. I see. This looks kind of like what's the one that all the artists used for a while? It reminds me of it's a board. It has the word board in it. I don't remember. No, Trello. That's what it's called. This reminds me of Trello. But all right, chat. Let's get started. And also, feel free to let me know what your favorite game of the year is. I will tell you eventually when I get there But I want you to see if you can figure out what my game of the year is. I've been thinking about this a lot this past like week, what my game of the year was. I think the answer may surprise you, or it might not. I don't know. Depends how well you know me. But it was used for art attack. I don't know what art attack is. What's art attack? Oh, Trello. Yeah, I used to use that for a while. But I didn't find it to be the most user-friendly experience. All right, chat. First up, I play through every single Mario Kart game, so I think it'd be fun if we start there. We can have our own Mario Kart tier list sesh. So first up is Super Mario Kart. Here somewhere. Classic, iconic game. I didn't really grow up playing it. That was a little bit before my time. I more played Mario Kart 64 and then later Mario Karts. Does not hold up the best, I'm gonna be honest. But it's like iconic. It's classic. It goes in the C for classic tier. It's got some flaws, like the CPU fucking cheats and they have their own items. And like, I don't think there's really item balance involved, and the controls are weird, and a lot of the levels are the same levels, but with a number at the end. It's got a lot of problems, but like the core Mario Kart experience is there, and I think it's fun to play it like once. Super Mario Kart is very weird. Very weird. Art fight. Ah, okay. That I know. I'm just gonna assume it's the one with the hot rabbit. Oh, this one, Liar's Bar. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. So yeah, I think it belongs in C. Mario Kart 64, I think similarly belongs in that tier. Significantly better track selection. 4 players instead of 2, which makes it prime party material, right? But the controls are still ass. I have never liked the controls of Mario Kart 64. I mean, even as a kid, I always thought Diddy Kong Racing was better. Diddy Kong Racing is the better kart racer. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but like that game has a single player mode. It had airplanes. It had, you know, the boats. Also 4-player. I like Diddy Kong Racing way more, at least compared to Mario Kart 64. Ha, you missed. I did out on 64. Yeah. I still give it a C and nothing like lower, despite all of its flaws, because it's a classic. It's iconic. Ow. It's the first of its kind of 3D. But everyone, you know, ripped off of Mario Kart 64. You know, after that, you had Crash Racing. You had a Sonic Racer. You had like every mascot had its own racer at some point. It was crazy. But playing it today kind of fucking sucks. It kind of sucks, especially compared to more modern Mario Karts. Go remind me, do you play gachas? No, not really. I tried playing Genshin a few years ago, and I kind of liked it, but it's a time sink, and I don't like playing too many games like that. I love Super Mario Kart as a kid, and I still love it. I still like it, but I don't know. It's rough. It's kind of rough to play today. 64 is my favorite next to 8. Like, if you grew up on it and if you had nostalgia, I totally get it. But like, God, playing it today, it's rough. The controls just feel so slippery. It's weird. And the computer cheats like hardcore in that game. I watched a whole video about it. Like, there's the obvious rubber banding, right? The AI totally rubber bands and then you don't. But on top of that, like, when NPCs get hit by items, they don't take as much like damage. Like, they don't get stuck as long as the player does. And if it happens off screen, they should have drive through walls. It's crazy how much the AI cheats in that game. But anyways, What is good is fucking the sequel, Mario Kart Double Dash. If I can fucking find it. Where the hell are you? 8, Wii, 7, World. 8 again. Double Dash, here you are. Yeah, I'll put it in B. I'll put it in... God, that feels kind of bad. I think at the time, it was like easy S tier, right? Like, by far the best kart racer at that point in time. Like, it doubled, and more than doubled the amount of racers in Mario Kart 64 had. It, like, added way more items. The tracks are better. The controls are much better as well. It's not as good and tight as it is nowadays. It's still kind of weird if you go play it for the first time. It's still kind of loosey-goosey. But it feels way better to play. I love the UI. I like the new items, the character-specific items. I like the idea, but I think in practice, I don't know. Wait, didn't you have all the Mario Karts last year? Yeah, I played through all the Mario Karts last year. That's why we're starting off with this in the tier list. So playing Fire Emblem Heroes is the power creep. Yeah, I realized that pretty quickly how bad the power creep was. Like even after like the first couple of months, and so I dropped that game real quick. Oh, Coco Enfield. I don't know what Enfield is. Is that a major Mario Kart fan? I'm not a Mario Kart, but he's my favorite Mario Kart game. It's really good for like the time. It's just kind of compared to now, it kind of is a little lower, I think. And also because all the other Mario Karts are like so good. They're all really good. I have to like, I have to kind of like rate them accordingly. I can't put them all in A or S tier because C is going to be the lowest Mario Kart is going to get. Just telling you right now. Help me break 200. Yeah, help chat. Follow Koi. When I played through Mario Kart, I played through all the games with Koi, which was a blast. And you should check out the VODs because I really enjoyed going through the Mario Kart series. But you totally should give Koi a follow, chat, if you haven't already. Art Knights? Oh, is that like the... I know what Arc Knights is. Is that the new Arc Knights game that's like Genshin, basically, like in 3D? Double Dash had great tracks, still like MK64's Battle Mode more. Oh, I definitely like the Battle Mode more in Double Dash. After Mario Kart DS, I like Battle Mode a lot less, but I think Double Dash to me is peak Battle Mode. You had the GameCube stage, you had the pipe stage. The cookie stage was okay. What else? There were some banger battle stages. I really like Double Dash. Double Dash is great. I'd put it higher, but like for the sake of the tier list, I'm putting it in B because I think at the end of the day, every other Mario Kart that released after Double Dash is probably better, like in almost every way. Case in point, Mario Kart DS, I think belongs in S tier. Watching Coco and Koi stream Mario Kart DS with its weird audio issues. Well, on Mario Kart DS, we played 64. That was the worst one to play online. Oh my god, playing Mario Kart 64 online on Nintendo Switch's online was terrible. Like, that game already chugs in general, but then you add the Switch online functionality and it's borderline unplayable. It's bad. It's bad. That probably didn't help. What's weird is that Super Mario Kart ran great when Koi and I played. It was like flawless. And then we played a little bit of Mario Kart Super Circuit. Oh, Mario Kart Super Circuit needs to be on here, chat. God damn, I forgot. Where are you? I know I put you on here, right? Oh shit. Oh shit, I don't even think I put Mario Kart Super Circuit on here. Is it on here? Did I forget to put it? Oh man, this is a lot about that game. Yeah, I didn't... Hold on, chat, I gotta... Oops. I gotta put that on here. Whoops. Ow. I have 47 files, so this is 48. That means I might have missed some games on this list. That's not good. I'll have to check my list. I guess I didn't check it twice. Rookie mistake. Oh, let's see. Because I have 54 games and I put in 48, I guess. Rivals doesn't count. I didn't put Tokon Fighting Souls, so that was a demo. I'll put more Rivals on here twice. Okay. Oh fuck. I'm gonna have to look into that. What games did I forget? Hi Woosie. You forgot a game? Listen, I played a lot of games, okay? So I need to get revenge for the last Mario Kart game I had with Coco. I was talking about it with chat. I do want to have like a VIP night where I play Mario Kart with the VIPs. I really want to do it. I keep saying I want to do it. But I want to probably slow down on my streams a little bit. I've been streaming like 4 times a week pretty consistently. I want to go back to 3, and then I can do like a 4th night where I play VIPs offline, because I think that'd be fun. Afraid about Super Circuit like everyone else. Yeah, there's a reason why I forgot about it. You think it's a 20-year-old game on modern hardware and high rank speed internet would run better? Yeah, you think, you know, playing it on a Switch 2, you know, a Switch 2 that came out this year, playing game like 30 years ago on gigabit internet, you think it'd go great. It didn't. Old enough, it's the opposite. Some old PC game shut up can't run on modern CPUs. Yeah, you have to like use like an emulation layer. Mario 64 and local 4-player battle mode is goated. I wish I could like experience that again in real life. First, I would need to get Mario Kart 64. Then I'd need to get friends IRL, and then I would need a CRT TV, and then I would need to hope my N64 still works. A lot of steps involved. I remember playing Yakuza and a handful of roguelikes this year. Yeah, to be fair, those Yakuza games are really fucking long, so that takes up so much time. Considering how many freezes and game crashes I've had playing Fallout New Vegas on my BV Gaming PC, I believe it. Well, that game is just not optimized great, from what I hear. All right, next up, chat. Next up. Yeah, Super Circuit D tier. The game kind of sucks. It was so bad, I forgot to put it on this list. It plays like Super Mario Kart, but it has like Mario Kart 64 like controls. I saw it's the same problem where a lot of the levels kind of repeat. It's still slippery. AI still cheats. I like the fact that it includes all of Super Mario Kart levels in there. That's cool. And multiplayer is cool. But yeah, I don't like any of that. It's just the way that game plays feels awful. I don't like it. I really don't. Which is sad because, you know, it's your first portable Mario Kart. But like, while Super Mario Kart has the excuse of being the first one, so like a lot of those mistakes can be forgiven, Super Mario Kart Super Circuit came out, what, 10 years after Super Mario Kart, and on a 32-bit system, and it still controls like crap. It still kind of runs bad. And then with Mario Kart Double Dash coming out, I think literally the same year or the year after, like the contrast is there. Ever worked 64 in the game? Oh shit, maybe I should come over sometime, Aaron. One thing I don't like about Mario Kart 64 multiplayer is if you have too many people playing, the music doesn't play because there's like not enough RAM or whatever, and that is really weird. It's really weird playing the Mario Kart tracks without music. But yeah, next one was Mario Kart DS, which I already parentally put up here. That game is really good. Still holds up well today. The controls, this is like where like most of modern Mario Kart controls really come in, is from Mario Kart DS. The controls are really good. You have a pretty solid roster, not as big as Double Dash, but you start off with the classic 8 Mario Kart 64 characters. But then you add in Waluigi, you add in Rob, which was cool. Dry Bones. Mario Kart DS is awesome. And then it's the first game to have online play, which worked as well as it could at the time, like on a fucking DS. But like online play on Mario Kart on the go for the first time, and it was so much fun. You can make your own icon, which was cool, and it would be on the cart, and like when you're farther away, that's what the player sees. The music was banger. The items were good. That's the first appearance of Bullet Bill, and it had the retro tracks, so it doubled the standard. Instead of the 4 circuits with 4 tracks each, it was 8 circuits with 4 tracks each. So it literally doubled the track count of any other Mario Kart up until that point. And because there had only been 4 Mario Karts before it, that means like each game had equal representation, which is awesome. Like that game has so much goodness in it. I love Mario Kart DS, and if you play today, it's still really good to play. The controls are still good. Battle mode was banger. You could play on the DS at the Twilight House level. I really like that level. That was a good multiplayer level. And you can play battle mode by yourself, and it had that mission mode, which was really cool. The only problem with that is like you have no idea how the game ranks you, but the mission mode was cool, where you had to do like silly little objectives that they never do again until Mario Kart World. Yeah, Mario Kart DS, fucking great Mario Kart. S tier. Last year you did all the Mario Karts. I vote you did all the Fire Emblems. Oh my god, there's only 9 Mario Karts. Fire Emblem, there's like fucking what? 20 of them? And like they're long? Fucking Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I spent 40 hours of that game and I didn't even finish half of one of the routes. Better start now then? Nah, I think I'll pass. I was thinking about playing Fire Emblem 7. That one's iconic, and I played it once before and I never beat it, so like I'm willing to like give that one a go again. I haven't played Mario Kart DS in a long time, I liked it too. I highly recommend going back to it. It had the map at the bottom screen, which was awesome. Oh, it added the ink, the squid ink item. That was a good item. The Mario Kart DS is awesome. But the waifus. Well, it doesn't help that I haven't liked most of the Fire Emblem games I played. I didn't like 3 Houses. And I didn't like Fates. And I never beat 7. I only like Awakening. There are 18 Fire Emblem games, if you don't even count the spinoffs. Damn. I had the pleasure of trying one of them and I haven't loved it. Which one? Was the Three Houses? I like Awakening. That game is great. I'd play Awakening again. Best story but fun gameplay? Yeah. Yeah. I really didn't like the story. I didn't get very far though. Alright, next up, Mario Kart Wii. I don't know if this is a hot take, but this goes into A tier. I know a lot of people are nostalgic for Mario Kart Wii, and it's great. Easy A. Easy A. I think what holds it back is I don't like the new battle mode. I like all of the levels, but the battle mode has like they got rid of some of them, if I remember correctly. They got rid of the bomb mode, and then the balloons don't matter anymore, which was pretty dumb. I didn't like that. So like if you run out of balloons, you don't lose. You just lose points. It was weird. I didn't like that. The roster was really good though. The carts were good. Some tracks were good. I don't think it has like as much innovation as Mario Kart DS does, is the thing, because Mario Kart DS added all this shit. Mario Kart Wii continues a lot of the stuff that DS has, which is still really good, but I don't think it has like enough interesting new mechanics. Like the thing, what did they add? It added bikes. And bikes were good, but they were OP. So like if you wanted to be kind of competitive about it, you would probably almost always just use the bikes and not the carts, which is a shame. Because the bikes are just better. Also, I kind of didn't like how easy it is for you to get fucked in that game. That's the game where you get Mario Karted the most, I think, in any Mario Kart. Because when you get hit in that game, you are hit for a long ass time. You get hit by a blue shell, you are stunned for like 10 seconds. It's bad. It's bad. We have some sweaty players on there. Yeah, true. I still love it. It's still great. It's still A tier, but like those like nitpicks is what stops it from coming into the S tier of Mario Kart games, in my opinion. The reason why bike got nerfed? Yeah. You can't just do a wheelie and then go faster on straightaways anymore. Greatest princess in the biker outfit's true. That was a huge buff. First Mario Kart game with Rosalina, and you get to see her in the biking outfit. You think we'll get to see that in Super Mario Galaxy movie? But yeah, I love Mario Kart Wii. Still so great, but not S tier. Also, not every Mario Kart game can be S tier. After Wii was Mario Kart 7. I would put that in A. Maybe not quite as good as Mario Kart Wii, but like the game is really good. You can tell it's a predecessor to Mario Kart 8. It added the kart customization. The controls is like as tight as it can be into like Mario Kart 8. So like the controls feel really good on Mario Kart 7. The best Mario Kart has ever felt. My biggest problem is the roster is ass. This is shittiest roster. Waluigi isn't in it, and you play as fucking Metal Mario and Queen Bee. Like, the roster holds it back. The items are okay. I added gliding and the underwater features, which is nice. I did like those features. What else? It was good. It was really good. I think like the roster was my biggest issue with the game. I think I might put it over Mario Kart Wii. I think I have less problems with it than Wii. When I ever played it, I started panicking because I never could figure out what waifu to go for between Lysithea, Ingrid, or Bernadetta. Didn't help that they were all from different houses too. I didn't care for Bertinetta. She's alright. She's the scaredy cat one, right? I don't remember Ingrid, and I have a friend who's obsessed with Lysithea. I never got Lysithea on my team, so I have no strong feelings for Lysithea. My favorite was Petra. I love Petra. She was adorable. Oh, and Sothis too. Marker 7 wants to grind for parts. Oh, right. Marker 8 does that too, and I don't like it. Speaking of Mario Kart 8 base Mario Kart 8 is in the A tier. The best Mario Kart, except for like one really bad problem, and that's the battle mode. The battle mode is fucking garbage. Garbage, poo-poo, doo-doo, dookie, disgusting, awful. They didn't make custom tracks for it. You play on the normal tracks. It's fucking awful. Battle mode's awful. If it had a good battle mode and a better roster, it'd be S tier. So that's what Mario Kart 8 Deluxe did. Mario Kart 8's like, all right, we're gonna bring King Boo back. We're gonna bring some fan favorites back. We're gonna make battle mode not suck. It includes all of the DLC from Mario Kart 8, which was banger DLC. And then we put it on a console that people actually own. So like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is really Mario Kart 8 but better. There's kind of like no reason to go for Mario Kart 8, except for me personally, I preferred having one item instead of two items. But that's only a problem with Mario Kart 8 specifically, because I don't think it was balanced very well for it. I feel like the game was balanced with one item in mind, and then they just threw in the second item in Deluxe, and that fucked with the balance of things, and I kind of didn't like that. That's my only problem with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Okay, that was so weird. I just wanted to hang out with cows instead. That was the highlight. Coco play every track and still didn't unlock everything. Yep. Ingrid's also weirds me out because she's blonde and I still love her. The fuck is wrong with blondes? Blondes are the best. Just look at Wussy. But yeah, Mario Kart 8 base has like some of the best tracks, some of the best music. It has a big roster, but I don't really care for it. There's too many like repeats. Is like, here's fucking what's his face. Here are all the Koopalings. Here's Cat Peach and Pink Rose Peach and Tanuki Mario, and I'm like, who cares? Roster's kind of hit and miss, but like as far as the tracks go, is the best. Car customization is awesome. Replay mode's great. I like the anti-gravity mechanic. I think that's cool. Music, the best music in Mario Kart up until World. It's great. I love Mario Kart 8 base, but the roster and battle mode are kind of ass. So Deluxe fixes those things, puts in S tier, and then on top of the DLC, the booster course pack that doubles the amount of tracks. For the most part, they're not as good, but like it's still more Mario Kart 8, and none of them are really like atrocious. So like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, de facto the Mario Kart best. S, just S tier. And then you have Mario Kart World. Wonder where that's gonna go. Wussy's okay, just okay. Mods ban that guy. You're not attracted to blondes, too many of them up there. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Are they coming out of the woodworks? It's just blondes make more blondes. What the fuck is Mario Kart World? Oh, there it is. I'll put Mario Kart World at the top of A tier. I don't know. I think that's fair. My biggest issue with Mario Kart World is I think the open world aspect like it's like Nintendo's ashamed of it. I think I could probably zoom in more now. Yeah. It's like they're ashamed of it. So like doing the open world stuff gives you like nothing. I think progression should have been tied to the open world stuff, you know, like you can buy carts or buy the costumes if you do the challenges. You know, you do a challenge, you get like X amount of coins, and then you can use that to buy costumes instead of like costumes being based off of foods on specific parts of the map. So like if you want it, you kind of have to hope you're playing the right character on the right course, or you just grind it out by switching out characters and just run around in a circle and just get all the food from each area and then switch character. It's so weird. I didn't like that. I don't like how cart progression is, and I don't like how costume unlock progression is in that. And the character progression is even weirder. Like you need to hope that someone gets the Kamek item, and that turns you into the right item if you're on the right course, and it'll turn you into like the right character for you to unlock it. It's the fucking weirdest shit. I don't know why they didn't do complete circuit unlock character like how it's been for every Mario Kart game, or utilize the open world aspect. It's weird. But the bright side is the music is really good. Courses are very good. I don't think they're as good as Mario Kart 8 base. But it's still good. I like the idea of the connected tracks. I love the gameplay, all the tricks you can do. That's sick. New items are good. New characters are good. No Diddy Kong though. New costumes are good. There's a lot to like about Mario Kart World, but there's a couple of weird ass decisions that stop it from being as good as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Even base Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like even when them brunettes or redheads. Redheads though. I'm kind of with you there. Brunettes are everywhere down here though. I think innovation with MK World, but there's not that much variety in the core gameplay. I don't think there's much variety in the world gameplay. Yeah, I would agree with that. As for the core, like, racing part, I think it's actually really good. All the crazy shit you can do with tricks if you've got the skills to pay the bills. I'll take a Coco too. I do have red hair. They are wanna switch? You know what? Gladly. I think Lucy would get jealous though. But yeah, I think those are the Mario Kart games. That's my opinion. I don't think there's any really hot takes in here. I think maybe Mario Kart Wii might be a hot take, and Mario Kart 64 might be a hot take. But this is my ranking of the Mario Kart games. Next up, let's do the Star Fox games as well, I guess, since we're ranking franchises. And then we'll start doing all this other shit that we got down here. I start cooking and cleaning for Wish, won't even notice you're gone. Damn. What are you trying to say? Space furries. As a kid, I thought Star Fox 64 was the only Star Fox game. I didn't know there was one for the Super Nintendo. So, I fully played Star Fox for the first time recently. I give it a C. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. The game runs at like 12 FPS. And it's really hard to tell what the fuck is going on sometimes, because like the Super Nintendo was not made for 3D graphics. It's still visually impressive for the time though. But the really bad frame rate, and it's like inconsistent too. It like lags and shit. It makes it really rough to play. Also, I feel like the character personalities aren't quite fleshed out yet. Like Falco is kind of an asshole, and like Slippy is kind of the nerdy one, but like I feel like you really don't get the personalities like fleshed out until Mario Kart or Star Fox 64. I like the routes. The core gameplay is still good. The game is bullshit though. That final route is like impossibly fucking hard. And it's such a hard route. Bless you for taking it on. Yeah, I spent hours on that hard route, and yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. That's awful. It's the fact that I couldn't even complete it says a lot. So that puts it in C tier. I guess over Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart, because I like its innovation. It's a very unique game, especially for the time, and pushing the hardware to its absolute limit. So I appreciate it for that. But I can't really recommend anyone to play it unless you're like a die-hard Star Fox fan and you haven't played it for some reason. Oh, he didn't hydrate you. He just did the posture check. Oh, my posture's pretty good. If I wear some horns and a maid outfit, Wussy would not notice the difference. I don't wear maid outfits around the house. As much as chat wishes. Okay, I guess I'll hydrate. So if you're Star Fox and I have 0 fans. I'm waiting for a new Star Fox game someday. Oh god. Make 2026 the year of Star Fox, please. Yeah, just a new game. Yeah, anything that's like not terrible, please, Nintendo, I beg. Wear them outside. I don't wear maid outfits. Sorry, chat. I don't even have a maid outfit on my base character. Anyways, Star Fox 2. I actually really like Star Fox 2. It has the frame rate issues still, but I liked you can play as the different casts of characters, and you have your wingman, and they have their different stats. That's super cool. I really like that. I like the little bird transforming mode that you get to. That's super cool. I like the semi-roguelike-ish like combat it has. I guess it's roguelike. It's kind of random, right? So much granted expert mode. I just can't believe it. I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen you try it. I don't think I could do it. But yeah, I love like the way you have to like tactically choose which places to go on the map, and choose your targets. I love that layer of strategy. That's super awesome. And there's no linear levels anymore, which is kind of a bummer. I think if they had a couple of levels that were like linear, where you're going just straight forward, like how Star Fox 1 or Star Fox 64 does, because they're all just basically battle arenas. That's like the only thing I really wish it had, and I wish it was longer, but I really liked it. I really liked it. Also, you can actually beat the game, except for maybe expert mode. Game can play out randomly. You have to be fast remembered layouts. Yeah, I really like it. It has like some good replayability. I kind of want to play it again, like just on my off time, because it was a lot of fun. I should try it with the 60 FPS patch. I downloaded it and I never actually played it. Star Fox 2 though, I think is a good game. I think it's worth checking out. You think Wussy would question a guy in a maid outfit cleaning her room for her? Yes. I think she would. She's like, why are you living out my fantasy? Petition for maid outfit from FemCoco 3.0? Maybe. I'd have to talk to my artist again. Might be hard to get an outfit out of her. I agree. Yeah, Star Fox 2 is good. What holds it back from being any higher is like the frame rate issues is still kind of there. It's still kind of rough to play. If I really would love a new Star Fox game like in the style of Star Fox 2, I think that would be great. Star Fox 64 is one of my favorite 64 games ever, like top 5. I love it. I've played it like a dozen times. I love Star Fox 64. No notes. No notes. It's the original Star Fox game again, but with voice acting that adds so much charm. The different routes that you kind of have to figure out on your own, which is super cool. Adds a lot of replayability. I love the all range mode maps. I love the single player maps. Multiplayer is a ton of fun. A classic game, yeah. I am biased as hell because I grew up on it, but like I fucking love Star Fox 64. Like I fucking love this game. One of my favorite games, like at least on the N64. You can change story progression difficulty just by meeting certain objectives. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to figure out a lot of the shit on your own though. Like we should get Coco and IRL maid outfit. Do they make maid outfits for my size? I guess they probably do. Disney didn't awaken to any furries Nintendo. Star Fox sure has. True. True. I didn't play Star Fox Adventures this year. I'd probably put it in A tier. That's like an inflated score, but I actually really like Adventures. It's not like a good Star Fox game, but I don't know. I love it. I love the atmosphere. I love the atmosphere. I like the Zelda-esque style of the game. Crystal's in it, so that's a plus. Beautiful game. Like one of the prettiest games on the GameCube, Star Fox Adventures. Star Fox Assault, I quite liked, actually. I'll put it in B. I literally liked the on-ground combat. People shit on it for like my entire life. And I thought, you know, when I go back and play it in 2025, that it would have aged like milk. But I thought it was pretty good. I was having fun playing the on-foot levels. I actually quite enjoyed it. The main Star Fox levels were good. I like the Landmaster bits. I actually really like Star Fox Assault. My problem is it's way too fucking short. I beat that in one stream session in 6 hours, and there's like no replayability. The only replayability is multiplayer, which I didn't get to play, and I guess if you want to like a higher score. But it's not like Star Fox 64 where there's different routes you can do and experience levels and the story differently. It's just a straightforward linear story. Also, I didn't like the voice acting in that game. Crystal and Peppy, like I'm like, these are not the voices that I know. They changed the entire voice cast. It's really weird. They weren't bad. But like I'm so accustomed to, you know, Fox's voice and Crystal's voice. Hearing them differently was jarring. Star Fox Assault, welcome to the little fanfic running me and Crystal's outfit. Crystal's outfit is great. Better than the DS game. I didn't even play the DS game. It's so bad I didn't even play it. It's not on this list. I didn't touch it. I didn't want to, and then I still haven't played Star Fox Wii U, which I probably should at some point. Just on her British accent. No offense to Jay. It wasn't bad. It was just weird. She didn't really have one. As we get sizes, otherwise we could sew a custom one. Do we know anyone that can sew? Wonder how low only up is gonna be. Oh, I can write that one for you right now. F. Easily bottom 5 game I've played this year. There's a couple that are gonna be down there. I knew Crystal's British VA up until earlier this year when I only briefly heard the iconic voice. I like how the voice actress for Crystal like loves Crystal. I follow her on Twitter and she just like reposts Crystal art. Which is great. Worth following for that reason. But But yeah, I liked Assault. I think I just wish it was a longer game. If it was a longer game, it would easily be an A tier. I thought the story was decent. It was fine enough. It stays in B. I appreciate that they didn't bring back Andros again, which, you know, they did for Star Fox 2 and Star Fox 64. Little excusable because it was a remake. And then they remade Star Fox again for the Wii U. Gives me a sub. She can mock me accent. You know what? We're rating Star Fox games. Let's put Whisker Squadron. I'll put her in C. I really wanted to like the game more, but I think the story is just not good. Not good. Not bad. It's just boring and uninteresting. And they changed a mechanic where you couldn't lean anymore. So like, that was weird. They got rid of like the tilting mechanic where, you know, you would tilt the plane more so you can move more. It was such a weird choice. I don't know why they got rid of it. That made the game worse. That alone probably put it down from a B to a C tier. But the core combat is good, and it's a fun little roguelike. I think if you like Star Fox, it's worth checking out. It's only like $10. But I had way higher hopes for that game. I thought it was going to be much better. But it got kind of samey after a while, and yeah. And I remember rewriting the ending where Peppy, Rob, and Starwolf didn't survive. The last ending felt rushed. The ending did feel rushed. Starwolf surviving was fine. Peppy, I don't know how the fuck he lived. He like didn't he kamikaze basically? How did he live? Which accent is what the fuck? Yeah. Comes a gray fox. Crash. Yeah. It is weird. It just made him live. But yeah, I'll put Whisker Sergeant in C. I mean, it's better than the original Star Fox, but nowhere near the highest of Star Fox 64. And I'd rather go back and play Star. Yeah. I think it belongs in C tier. I don't know what to rate next. I don't want to do another franchise. Let's see. Let's go with let's do my roundup of Switch games. I played a bunch of Switch games before Switch 2 came out. I went through my backlog. This year was the year of the backlog. So Kirby, Forgotten Land, fucking amazing game. I was so surprised how good Kirby was. Holy shit. The ending really carries it for me. But I loved Kirby and the Forgotten Land. As someone who's played a bunch of Kirby games, that's like one of the best ones easily. Which is crazy because it's the first 3D Kirby game and they nailed that transition. They absolutely nailed it. Great game. I think the only thing holding it back from S is I wish it was a little harder. I think that's kind of it. It was like mostly a breeze throughout the rest of the game. Oh, and the weird gotcha mechanic. But I love that game. Game's great. If you haven't played Kirby Forgotten Land, highly recommend, even if you've never played Kirby before. Banger. Bowser's Fury was also quite good. I don't think it's as good as the S tier Mario games. Because S tier Mario game is like Mario 64 or Galaxy or Odyssey or World or 3. But it's fucking up there. I quite like that game. It's just short. And it's like a spin-off. So you have to buy Mario 3D World on the Switch. So if you're like me, who owned Mario 3D World on the Wii U, one of like the 10 people, I didn't want to buy it again. So it kind of sucked that I had to buy it again. Thankfully, chat was nice enough to buy it for me. But Bowser's Fury was fun. It was quite fun. I just wish it was longer. And the controls are like 3D Mario World's controls, which don't feel as good as like Odyssey or 64. But I liked it. I liked it. And then Mario Sparks of Hope. I would also put in A tier. I was surprised how much I ended up liking this game. Actually. Yeah, probably like that. Yeah, Sparks of Hope was really good. My only gripe is I wish you could play as Rosalina. I don't know why you can't. I want to play the DLC. I might try to play the DLC this year. I did buy it. But Sparks of Hope was good. The story was great. The combat was fucking fun as hell. It was so fun playing Sparks of Hope. You played a lot of Mario games this year. I really did. I really did. And I'm gonna there's so many. Every year I always play a Mario game on Mario Day. And then Mario Kart World came out, so I wanted to play all the Mario Kart games. Gameplay is good, and midnight was very hot. I bring up Sparks of Hope, and Vinyl fucking comes crawling in the chat. I see how it is. You simp. I like it. Great game. I want to play the DLC. Like I said, the only problem is I wish you could really play as Rosalina, and there's like a very heavy emphasis on the rabbits and not so much on the Mario. And I like Mario. I don't really care for the rabbits in general. I like them a lot in the game, in these two games, but you know, I wish for a more even balance. But I loved it. Fucking great game. Any game in the A tier is great, and anyone should play if you haven't already. And I guess since we're doing Mario games, we'll tie up the last couple Mario games. I played Mario Land 1 and 2 for the first time, or more accurately, I beat them for the first time. Mario Land's alright. B? That's kind of generous. But C, I don't know. I'd have to like rank all the Mario games to really feel like where I should put Mario Land. It's either B or C. It's pretty good. I liked it. It's really short. I think C. It's really short. You could beat it in like 2 or 3 hours. You can't save, which is annoying if you're on a Game Boy. I like the flower in that game. The music is banger, except for the star music. Star music was kind of shit. But I love the music in Super Mario Land. It's really good. I like it. It's like a classic Mario Brothers game, but on a Game Boy, you know. Classic Mario is pretty good. Pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. Gotta have a Kingdom Battle first. Oh, that game is good. Still, I love Kingdom Battle as well. Damn, someone like Coco doesn't like it when we make him play rage games. Yeah, another one's gonna go down there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. That's my kind of power up. You and your love of balls. Feel free to take that out of context. And then Mario Land 2 is really good. I'll give that an A. It's like Mario Brothers 3, but on the Game Boy, which is much better than Mario Brothers 1 and Mario Land. Yeah, it was so good, chat. This game was so good. I played it for the first time on stream, right, on an emulator. It was so good that I bought myself a copy of this game and played it again on my Game Boy. So, yeah, this game is really fucking good. My only problem is the music sucks. The music in the game sucks, which is weird for a Mario game. And it's really short. It's a game. Again, I beat both the Mario Land games on stream, and it was less than a 6-hour stream. Doggy loves balls. Ew. Mario Land's great. You should play it, chat. You know what? I'll put it over Bowser's Fury. Especially for a game that came out like the 90s and on a Game Boy. All right, since Zero brought up rage games, let's put another game in the F tier. Battletoads. Yeah, I said it. That game has a reputation, and oh boy, did it live up to that reputation. Am I right, chat? God, that game sucks. That game sucks. It's bullshit hard. And like borderline unplayable. If you play with a second player, you literally can't beat the game. The music was okay sometimes, but other times the music was atrocious. The pause music, the rat race level, like, God, that game sucks. There's that one level that if you play it perfectly, you automatically lose because it's programmed badly. Wait, what level is that? You don't have a pulse. I'm glad you took that for yourself. Don't mock the pause music. Too late. Many people are currently experiencing how great Battletoads is now that they finally added to Switch Online. You have bad taste in music. You know, you two are made for each other. Battletoads sucks, okay? It's an F. It's an F. You know what else? You know what else goes in F, chat? Sonic 06. Chat keeps making me play that game, but now that I finally actually beat it, I'm not touching that shit again. You cannot make me play that game again, chat. I fucking refuse. Anyone who says a Sonic 06 isn't that bad or even says they're good needs to be clinically diagnosed for mind cancer. Because there's something wrong with you. Well, you mentioned they've had two players, you automatically fail. Yep. No, that one, at least according to Sophistos, who was the one who made me play that game, is the second player just doesn't work. I gave money to play 06. It was worth every dollar. I finally beat it. I did the final route thanks to chat paying for it, basically. That was my sub goal. Yeah, it's bad. Although we did get to hear Rouge go ah. And and Tails saying Sonic, I'm coming. So that's something. Here is if Sonic 06 is for a ban, I'll have to play Sonic Unleashed. No, I'm done. I'm done playing Sonic games on stream, all right? At least the 3D ones. I still want to play Sonic Advance and Sonic Rush because I heard they're good and they're 2D, so they can't be that bad. Or at least finish and see the kiss. Yeah, there was the kiss. That was weird. And Amy was right there being cucked, and she was apparently totally okay with it. Sonic, you came. Yep. Yep. You know what? I'll move it up in F tier, alright? I'll move it up in F tier. I think I would rather play Sonic 06 than Battletoads or only up, but like, you know, it's like asking me, hey, would you rather lose your hand or would you rather lose your toes? And I'm like, I guess I'll pick the toes, but I still don't want to lose them. Maybe Amy has an NTR fetish. No, Amy's a yandere. Literally impossible. Blast those sound rippers to extract the voice lines. Yeah, well, God bless them. Sonic is an instant S. Tears just off the R34 content. Get out of here. Amy is cute. She's barely in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. That's another strike. Another reason why it deserves to be in F tier. Okay, what else do I rate? Let's do... She is in it. She is in it. Barely, but she's in it. Excuse me. Let's rate some of the indies. I started the year playing like Me-Side, and I thought it was alright. It was alright. I'll put in C tier. She'll be at least in B then. I mean, what they did to Amy in that game, it was almost be better if she wasn't in it. Think about the time-based story, realize how big a mess Sonic 06 is really. Oh yeah, all of the plot holes and the time travel shenanigans. Like, listen, when you make a time travel story, you need to be like very careful on how you approach it. They were not careful. They were definitely not careful. Which one of them was the one with Rouge? She's in most of them after Sonic Adventure 2. Maybe not most of them, but a lot of them. But she's in Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic 06, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Forces, you know, all of the best Sonic games. And I hope you know what sarcasm means. It's an S's. Get out of here. Get out of here. Me-Side goes in the C-side. I wanted to like Me-Side more. It has a cute waifu in it. But the fact that I kind of forgot that I even played it this year, it says a lot. Send me this new features. Alright, I'll click it. I'll click it. Okay. Animation. Hi! Oh god, she's got a gun! Everyone get down! Whoa. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, that checks out. What's the rating on this game? Am I gonna get banned for this? 2.0 model. Yeah, it was the beginning of last year. Stop looking. Listen, if they didn't want me to look, they wouldn't have put it in there. Am I wrong though, chat? Am I wrong? I stand by what I said. I'm funny. You're not wrong. See, chat agrees with me. Tark, you speak for everyone in this chat. You're right. Thank you for the clip. Any game with Rouge is S tier, I will die on this hill. This game I've only played one Sonic game and Rouge wasn't in it. Which Sonic game was that? Was it a good one? Yeah, Me-Side has the plus side of having cute anime waifu. But like I felt the ending was pretty lackluster and just kind of forgettable. I was kind of hoping it would be better, like it would be like Doki Doki or something, but it's definitely nowhere near as interesting as that game. Yeah, put it in C. It was alright. I wanted to like it more. I agree, Kanya the rabbit has a cute little insignia on the back of her panties under her skirt. They wouldn't have put that there if they didn't want people to look. Did they actually do that? How would you even see that? Are the waifus in Misai trying to kill you? Only one of them is trying to kill you. There is other waifus that are waifus, basically. I don't remember the name. It was on PSP. There was a Sonic game on PSP? Anyways. Yeah, Me-side is C. Me-side C. Let's see. I played Turnip Boy. I like that game. I gave it a B. It was fun. It was a fun little experience. If you've got like $10 and an afternoon to kill, Turnip Boy is a very amusing game. It's very amusing. It's cute. It's funny. It's got a silly story and silly characters. I like it. I like it. Nothing profound. It won't change your life, but it was good. I like it. I like the song. Who's ready for tax season? I'm not. God, no. Let's do more indie games that I played earlier this year. Yellow Taxi Goes Room. I really didn't like this game. I really didn't like it. I wanted to like it much more. But, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I don't know. It was a 3D platformer where you play as a little toy car. And I don't know. I didn't like the controls that much. And I don't know. I didn't really care for it. Not bad, but it wasn't for me. Similarly, another Crab's Treasure I didn't really like either. I really wanted to like it because it's a Souls-like where you play as a crab. But it didn't grab me. I don't know. I've played so many Souls-likes, all right? And I think the only ones I really like are the ones made by From Software, I'm gonna be honest. It just didn't grab me. I don't know what about it. I didn't play too much. I only played like 3 hours. But I don't know. The combat was fine. The world was fine. Everything was just fine. It was just like a fine, it's almost safe game, I would say. Forgot about tax season. Well, new year means new taxes. Yay. Right, chat? Who's excited for that? No one? No one's excited? It's only been Sonic Rivals? What the fuck is Sonic Rivals? I literally never heard of this one. Keep. Alright, I played Repo. I don't really like Repo, I'm gonna be honest. If there's one thing, I didn't put Peak on here. That was a game I'm missing. Hold on, let me. That's a game I played. That's on my list, and I did not. Hold on. Yeah, put it on the list. What else did I not play? I want to look at my list real quick. Oh, I did not put... Oh, that's another game. Thought I did. I didn't put Star of Providence on this list. I think I searched for it, couldn't find an image, and then forgot to go back and find one. Star of Providence. Got all the Star Fox games, Mario Kart games. Oh, chat, how can I forget to put Welcome Tour on here? I thought I could have sworn it is here. Did it not upload? It didn't upload. Sorry, chat, I'm not reading you at the moment. Let me get this ready. It's not showing up. What? Is it not? Oh, it's not saving as a JPEG for some reason. What if I type .jpeg at the end and then I upload it? Will it work? Aha, it worked! Okay, now I think I got everything. Yeah, that should be everything this time. Okay. Back to your regular scheduled programming. Final wants to know if you think Repo is friend slop. I was actually going to talk about that in a second. Sonic Rivals 2. Can you tell me what Sonic Rivals is? The PSP seems like it might have been the case for Sonic Rivals 2. What is this game? I've never heard of this before. Forgot I even played Peak. I only played it once. But I'll put them right next to each other. Yeah. Friend slop is a good way to call the genre, I'm gonna be honest. It's like they're all the same. They're a 4-player multiplayer roguelike game that uses proximity chat, and it's made for streamer bait. It's all streamer bait. It's what it is. And I don't really like any of them. I've tried Peak, Repo, Lethal Company, what was the other one? Content Warning. All of those games are like the same game, and I don't really like it. You know, that's goofy physics or whatever, and like the fun is when something stupid happens and you clip it and it go viral and blah blah blah. I don't really like roguelikes, but as roguelikes go, B, they all lack variety. Like every run feels almost identical, honestly. Like there's not enough variety. It's just like, you know, different monsters or, you know, slightly different layouts of the terrain, and that's kind of it. Peak has the advantage where like having different terrain is the point of that game since you're climbing. So like I liked it a little bit more, but yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. And it sucks because, you know, that's like the game that people play for collabs and stuff. And I don't know. I just get bored, especially when you die. Like, that's it. You die. And you just kind of wait to be revived. And you're just not sitting. You're sitting there and doing nothing while you're watching your friends have fun. And it's not very fun when you play as someone who's dead. You're basically not playing the game. Repo is like better than Lethal Company because there's like some defense mechanisms. So like there's some action and there's like there's a way for you to come back instead of just being dead for the whole round. So I like it better than those, but I wish I could like it more. The only exception to this is one that wouldn't really call friend slop, but it's kind of grouped together in a way, and that's oh, hold on, I gotta look at my Steam library. I need to see what it's called. I technically didn't play it this year. Question is, do I still have it installed? I don't. Fuck, what's it called? Hold on, chat. I'm looking through my library. Lockdown Protocol. I like that game. That game is more like Among Us, but like 3D. I like that game. That game was fun. I'd put that like in C tier or something. It's not a game where you race against like characters and defeat Eggman? A couple characters like Sonic, Shadow. Huh, I'd never heard of this game before. I didn't know there was a Sonic game exclusive to the PSP. Anyway, chat, yeah, those are my thoughts about Repo and Peak and just friend slop in general. I think friend slop is an accurate term because that's what it is. It really is slop. Like they're low effort games, you know. The people who made Peak are the same people who made Another Crap's Treasure, so they made the game in like a year. I don't really like them. I wish there was other co-op games, other four player co-op games that were like more linear based, more handcrafted levels. I much prefer that over roguelikes, which there were many roguelikes this year. There's a lot of them, and I played a lot of them. Before I continue to chat, I really gotta use the bathroom. So I'm gonna go use the bathroom, and then I'll be back with the tier list. And then after that, I don't know. We'll see where we're at. If I'm like at 2.5 hours for the stream, I don't know what I'll do for the rest of the stream. I don't know, chat. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Maybe I'll do something. I'll be right back though. I'm back. What I missed? Sophia's still sticking for the 51 months. Hi, Pred. Why are you talking about my poop? The hell? Come back because you're talking mad shit about him talking shit? Yeah, what the fuck? I leave for like 5 minutes and you guys just start talking shit? Anyways, chat. Here's my tier list so far. Do I have any hot takes? Or any of these hot takes? And also, chat, what is your game of the year that you played this year? You tell me, what's the best game you played? And, follow-up question, can you guess mine? Excuse me, are these a game you played in 2025? Yes. Every game that I played in 2025 on stream does not include off-stream games. I don't remember most of the year. It's just all a blur. Yeah, 2025 was a year. The year of all years. Didn't Marvel Rivals come out in 2025? No, that came out in 2024 in December. So, therefore, it is not included in this list. Favorite game has to be Battletoads. I hate to break it to you, Sophistos, but that's in the F tier. It's already there. Grabble Dogs Cosmic Canines. Master Movement of the first game. Oh yeah, I guess I should check that game out. Have an idea? Tark, you keep saying that, but you haven't guessed yet. 2025 sucked. Yeah, I kind of did in almost every single way. Even if we're just talking about gaming, for me personally, I thought 2025 was underwhelming. I was gonna play all of them a second time. No. F is for fantastic. No. Thought it was an EA. No. Oh, I would say Metro Prime 4. No. 2025 was hard for everyone. Yes. I really hope 2026 is a better year for everyone. If you're American, it especially sucks. But yeah, 2025 was not great. Not great. I think your game of the year is Metro Prime or Night Rain. Ooh. Ooh, we'll see. We'll see. All right, chat. Next up, I don't remember what I played. Banjo-Tooie. Fucking, let's pick that one. I played that earlier this year. Oh, Banjo-Tooie, I do not like you. I did not like that game. Which is a shame because I liked Banjo-Kazooie. I think Banjo-Kazooie is solid A or B tier for me. I like Banjo-Kazooie, and I don't really have much nostalgia for it because I only played it like a little bit as a kid. Banjo-Tooie is great. Banjo-Tooie! Bro, what the fuck were they doing when they were making this game? Like, the levels are so bad and are twice as big. And Banjo-Tooie is a good game to replay. Like, I spent so much time just wandering around having no idea what to do in that game. Welcome to Coco Q&A. Yes and no questions only. Yes. I feel like Deltarune is also a contender. Maybe. Maybe. Jesus, talk about a guide. Yeah, it's so confusing, and like I kind of had this problem with the first game, but it's even worse in the second game. It's hard to tell where you're going sometimes. For example, in the mine level, I don't remember like which door leads to where. And so I'm like constantly trying to remember, okay, how do I get to the room with like the water faucets or whatever, and I'm just spending like 10 minutes running around trying to find out where it is. Banjo-Tooie is the epitome of bigger is not always better. It's like, that's a prime example. It was either Night Rain or Wukong. Wukong was also last year. Wukong's 2024 Predator came out 2024. Mine's gonna end up exploring the entire place and then find the molehill. Yeah, see, exactly. But yeah, for reference, Banjo-Kazooie for me would be like B or A tier. Like, no questions. Do you feel bad about having to tell Lucy we're getting married? What? Okay, next up, Zelda Echoes. That was a game I played earlier this year. Bonanza. Why isn't Bonanza here? Okay, I know I saved that image. Hold on. Well, I'm not reading Zelda yet. I wonder if that's like another image that I saved, and I guess it wasn't like the right image type, so it didn't get uploaded. That looks like it. Okay. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Yeah, I'll put it on the list. Yeah, it was also not a JPEG for some reason. Okay, there we go. This one was a solid okay, which is a shame because it's a Zelda game. Yep, I hard agree. You belong in the C tier. I liked the dungeons, but I think overall the general mechanic of like using the echoes was a miss for me. I liked it, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't have how do I feel about it? I guess overall I did like it, and it did invite some unique problems and solutions. But overall, like, I don't think it's as good or is as interesting as any other traditional Zelda game. The story was passable. Being kind of generous. A lot of it's forgettable. Like the Gerudo part, I remember being so done with. Or the part with the Goron, and the Goron was like a nerd. It was... Yeah, maybe the story wasn't very good. I don't know. It was fine. It was fine. The dungeons were decent. There wasn't really combat, but there was. It was weird. I don't know. The dialogue, yeah, I didn't like the dialogue. Zelda doesn't talk in that game, which is bizarre. Zelda always talks in all of her games. I don't know why they made her a silent protagonist. That's the weirdest fucking choice. Like, this is the time to have your protagonist talk. Because it's Zelda. She always talks. There's nothing wrong with giving her a voice. Why didn't they make her talk? I like the lore, actually. The lore was pretty good and pretty interesting. I don't like how the frame rate was ass. The more I'm talking about it, the less I'm liking it. I feel like I should put it lower, but I think C is fine. The game with a rabbit, because Coco probably likes the rabbit. I do like the rabbits. Banjo-Tooie is a big archipelago game. It even includes the moves from Banjo-Kazooie if you enjoy the journey. Oh my god. Yeah, not a fan of Tooie. Echoes of Wisdom was okay. I think most Zelda games are probably better. Let's talk about another Zelda-esque game. Let's talk about Cat Quest. Which I think is a solid C. God, now I'm wondering if I feel like this should be like a C- tier. C for cat. I'll put Zelda lower, to be honest. Yeah, that makes me feel better. Cat Quest was a fun little indie game. Compared to like the other Zelda-esque one, Turnip Boy, I think I like Turnip Boy more. Cat Quest was fun. It was cute. A lot of cat puns. I wish... What did I wish? I can't remember much. I remember the ending being kind of weak. I liked the plot twist though. I'm gonna head to bed. All right, Zero. I hope you sleep well and hope you have a good night. I get more than 2 hours of sleep, please. I enjoy my time with Cat Quest. I just want to play the second and third one. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what they fix. Sophista's told me that the sequels are better and they do things better. I can't remember exactly what I didn't really like about it. I don't know. I guess some of the spells are better than others. I didn't really care for the side quests. I think that was kind of part of it. If I think it's your favorite game, Donkey Kong Bonanza. A lot of interesting guesses. I'm saving for the possible ones for last. Yeah, I think it was just fine. I think overall it was a fine game. I enjoyed the time I spent with it. C's fine. How about random difficulty spikes while wandering? Oh yeah, that happened a couple of times. Yeah. I can't remember everything I said about it. Oh no, it wasn't Chrono Trigger. Oh boy, do we want to talk about Chrono Trigger? Do we want to talk about Chrono Trigger? Chat, where would I put Chrono Trigger? Alright, chat. Here. I'll put it right here. Here. Maybe here? 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 It's in C tier. It's a fine game. I think it's fine. There were some things I liked. There were some things I didn't like. I liked the time travel bit. The story was good? Question mark. I like parts of the story. I like the beginning. I like the first act of the game is like really interesting. I was like, oh man, like, you know, you bump into the princess, but you don't know she's a princess, and then she gets sent to the past, and then like people think you're a bad guy, and you're like, oh shit, and you go to the past, and then she's like fading from time, and you're like, oh fuck, I need to save the princess before like, you know, she disappears, and you meet Frog, who is like the greatest character in the whole game. And then like, you know, you get her back and you save her, and then like you're wanted and you have the trial, and I think all of that is fucking great. I thought it was good. I was like interested, and then like the story kind of falls off because you go to the future for like no reason really. Like you're just kind of running away, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, the world's going to end, so you need to go save it because you're the main character. And that's kind of like the rest of the game is trying to prevent the world from ending. But it had nothing to do with like that first story beat. Then it became just any other JRPG where you must defeat God before the planet explodes. It's like, okay, whatever. And then like some characters have some great arcs. Like the Frog had a good arc. And I think the Princess had a pretty good arc too. But then you have like your best friend that has like literally no character development whatsoever. She's just kind of your best friend girl, Bulma. I don't know her real name. Your main character has nothing either. No character development. The last party member was good though. But yeah, like, I don't know. The story kind of falls off. Not much character development. The game has every other problem I have with JRPG, which is has way too much grinding. Fighting the same battles over and over again. I couldn't beat the game because I didn't grind enough levels. So, yeah, it's just like, it's just another JRPG. Really, that's like probably the best and worst thing I can say about that game. It's just another JRPG that I've played before. Any time when the game would have been more enjoyable if you were played a version of that auto battle. I think that's a bad thing though. Guessing D, F for fun game. Like if I need to make it where I don't get to play the game, that doesn't make the game better. It doesn't. I should like playing the game. What's this clip? Eras existed before magic. Fucking so she just doesn't learn magic. That's it. Oh, that was so dumb. You reminded me because right before you meet sexy cat lady, you learn magic, and then it's like, here's a party member, they don't know magic. And I'm like, okay, no, that was with the robot. The robot doesn't learn magic, so then I never use the robot. And then I'm like, okay, here's another cat person, or here's another person, and then they don't know magic either. I like sexy cat lady though. Because it's the JRPG. I guess I would have to play other JRPGs of that era, but I don't know. I see people praise it as like the greatest JRPG of all time, but like I can name 5 other JRPGs that I played that I like more. It existed before magic. Yeah, it was weird. It was because like there was a group of people that were mages, and then they became the people that were all over Earth or whatever. Party members in a row who don't gain magic. That's strange. Yeah, kind of is. Coco has too much MC energy. He's too used to being the superhero. Wait, what does that mean? I think it's fine. I think Chrono Trigger is a fine JRPG. Maybe for the time it was revolutionary. I don't know because I have not played a JRPG older than Chrono Trigger. But like, for me, it's like I played Paper Mario and I played Thousand Year Door and I played Final Fantasy. I don't know if you can include Xenoblade Chronicles in there, if that counts. Like, I like that more. I like FF14, probably doesn't really count. I like Kingdom Hearts, if you want to include that in there. Like, I can name a bunch of JRPGs that I like way more, that I think have better combat systems and a more interesting story, which are like, you know, those are the 2 most important things of a JRPG, is the combat and the story. I think it's fine. I think it's overrated. Xenoblade? Yeah, I mentioned Xenoblade. I like Xenoblade a lot more. I don't know what to rate next. Fucking Resident Evil 2 is weird to be put on here because I've played it on stream before and I've played it a bunch of times. If you want my opinion of Resident Evil 2, that's an S tier game. I love Resident Evil 2. I've played that shit so many times. Probably my favorite Resident Evil game. Although I really like the first Resident Evil game remake. That game's banger. I had the game mechanic system designed around combat and magic. Why have 2 party members simply can't use magic? Yeah. Well, it was the most jarring because Robot Guy doesn't learn magic right after you learn how to use magic. And so the game's like, ooh, you know magic now. We're going to introduce enemies that are weak to certain magic. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I follow you, game. That totally like good way to introduce gameplay mechanics. Why did you give me a party member that doesn't learn magic? Now I will never use this character because I need to use the other 3 characters that know how to do magic. And then he gets underleveled because of this, so then I never use the robot guy. Combat's weird. I really wanted to like the whole like mechanic where like depending on where you are in the map, like you can do a move that strikes in a line to hit multiple enemies in a line, or you do an AoE circle that hits around them. But like there was never enough instances of where I could use that battle system effectively. Like, I can't remember a single time, like, I'm not even exaggerating, I can't remember a single time where I was able to hit more than 2 enemies in a straight line in a row. So I never used that attack that attacked in a straight line in a row. I would just use like the normal basic attack or whatever. Stuff like that. If I ever want to use an AoE, I'd have to use like a specific AoE. And some AoEs are better than others for hitting more enemies around you. It was weird. Like, it was a great in concept, but like not so good in execution. Anyways, I'm looking at my A tier, and I have like no non-Nintendo games up there. It's probably not a good thing. So I should put something up there. That's not Nintendo. I got you. I'll put Shantae up there. Yeah, Shantae Advance. A tier. I love that game. The fact that they made a brand new Game Boy Advance game is awesome. Like, I can plug in that game into my Game Boy Advance, which I want to do sometime. But yeah, I like Shantae Advance. It's like another Shantae game, so it doesn't really do anything too crazy. It has the mechanic where the map swaps around, like the background swaps with the foregrounds, like, and it rotates, which can introduce some interesting puzzle mechanics, but personally I found them more annoying than fun, to be honest. So I don't really like that mechanic. I like the story. I like games that make me laugh. That doesn't happen very often. The Shantae games always make me laugh, and I really appreciate them for that. There were some very funny moments playing that game. It had all the classic Shantae combat and puzzle solving, and I enjoyed those. The dungeons were fine. Nothing too groundbreaking in terms of Shantae or in general, but like, it was nice. I liked it. I like Shantae. I like the music. I like the characters. I like the world. It's always fun revisiting that game. Revisiting the Shantae world, because I think it's just so interesting. The characters are so funny and wacky, and I like it. I like the vibe. And it's like Metroidvania-esque, and I'm a fan of Metroidvania-esque. I'm a sucker for them. Shantae was talking to the giant empress before I make a massive royal boob of myself. The line I remember is when Bolo was fixing like the windmill, and he was like, I'm here for the fan service. It's like one of the first lines in the game. Probably my favorite line in Shantae Advance. I'm here for the fan service was probably mine. Just for the fact that I remember that one more than a lot of them says a lot. Great game. It's just so enjoyable. It just puts a smile on my face when I play those games. Okay, let's put another retro game up there. Vinyl's pick of EOE Eve of Extinction. And is putting it in C tier too nice? Looking at this C tier, if I were to put EOE in C tier, like, you know what? I think I need to put some games in the C tier into the B tier, I think. Like, I think I should put probably Super Mario Land up there. Because putting it in the same level as like Echoes of Wisdom or like EOE is kind of weird. You know what? I got it. I need more variety here. No, I'll make it yellow. I need to have a C plus, and I think I need to have a C minus. I need to differentiate these two. This game should rank all these games in this list. The only bad part about Shantae Advance is the scene with the girls willingly turn into psychic mud zombies. that was very weird, but it was really funny. All right, I fixed it. So now I feel like I can do this better. That feels better. I have much more of a distinction here. You know why? But that whole this key should work on a door somewhere. Just pop in my head. That was a good one. EOE, dude, that's like the average PS2 game. That's EOE, like in a nutshell, which is why I think it deserves to be in C tier. You know what? I'll put Mario Kart 64 in C plus. That makes me feel better. It's like EOE has some interesting things going on for it. Like the world is like kind of interesting, but not really fleshed out. The combat is I think like a lot of things need to be fleshed out. I like the core combat and like how you have different weapons that have different move sets, but like some weapons overlap with one another and they're too similar in function. And like they need to have more combos and more variety, but like the fact that you can switch fighting mid combo is cool. There were different enemy types, but like at the end of the day, you're just kind of button mashing, so like it kind of doesn't really matter. I like how you go across different parts of the world, so the map variety is good. So like, you know, you're in the Amazon at one point, and then you're like in Chinatown at another point, and you're like in an airplane. Like that's pretty cool. The fact that Yui and Chrono Trigger and Cat Quest are all similar quality. Yes. Yes. They're all fine mid-tier games. Maybe EOE should probably be in C minus, but maybe it should be in C minus. They're all like, they're still all C tier because they're all just fine. They're all mid. They're all mid, but some are more mid than others. Still wondering if I should put Mario Land at B tier. I might. Yeah, let's put up C tier. I might. I'm putting Mario Land in B. I don't think it deserves to be down there. I liked Mario Land. I like Mario Land more than some of these other games. I might put it back into 1. We'll see how the rest of this goes. Well, it's a great game, but it's the first Game Boy game ever. It's rough around the edges. Yeah, it's like kind of rough to play. The physics are kind of weird, but like it's still Mario, right? So it's still like fun. It's still, for me, it was still fun. It's funny to me because EOE is like a coughing baby while Chrono Trigger is a hydrogen bomb, and yet you put them in the same tier. It's your list and all. I just find it funny considering the difference of level of impact in those games. Yeah, I know. It's just my logic is consistent with EOE and Chrono Trigger in a way, because EOE to me is like the definition of a generic PS2 game in every single way. It's got a little bit of wonky controls. and it's got like that same like kind of bad voice acting, because this is when voice acting became more popular, and like it's just like fine. There's nothing really bad about it, honestly. There's just some weird decisions. It's like middle of the road PS2 game. Chrono Trigger for me is similarly a middle of the road JRPG. If you've played a JRPG before, Chrono Trigger is not gonna blow your mind because it's just like another one. I guess the biggest difference is that it came earlier and before a bunch of JRPGs, and I don't know if I'm willing to like really compare it to other JRPGs of the time, because that means I'd have to play other JRPGs, a genre I don't like. But like, since Chrono Trigger has come out, there have been so many more better, more interesting JRPGs. There we go. Stop commenting, talk about Chrono Trigger. I don't want to talk about Chrono Trigger. I'm done. Let's talk about Fate Trigger instead. I liked it. It's a fine battle royale, C+. Different Trigger game. Yeah, Fate Trigger, battle royale. I liked it. It had anime titties, so that makes it better than most battle royales. I liked it enough that I actually want to play it. I don't know if it ever came out because I only played the beta. Other JRPGs don't have Frog as a playable character though. Yeah. But other JRPGs don't have Goombella. So what's your point? That's my last one I was talking about it. Chat keeps bringing it up. I'm moving on. Fate Trigger. I liked it. Kind of want to play more. Let me talk about something I actually liked that I played this year. Mega Bonk. I actually really like this game. I am low-key addicted to it. I like Mega Bonk. Of the roguelikes I played this year, it is probably my favorite. Which will come out in quarter 2026. I'll have to see once it fully releases. Yeah, true. Dread Rivals of Ether 2. That came out last year, or 2024 technically. So no. That was in my top 10 though. I don't remember where it was on my tier list, but when I made my best games of 2024 video, Rivals of Ether 2 was on there, like top 10. A2 is getting pretty full now too. Yeah, it's kind of inflated because there's a lot of Mario Kart games, and Mario Kart in general is like really good. What I'm going to do is, after I'm done ranking everything, I'm going to put all of the games I have beaten before into the have played before. So I feel like that gives a more accurate like feeling of how I felt about 2025. Because like me putting Star Fox 64 in S tier, like I'm putting it there because I love that game and I grew up on that game and I have nostalgia for it. So like, it's kind of weird to put there, but I'm just kind of doing it for the sake of the system, and also because I played multiple games of the series, so I kind of wanted to rank them in comparison to one another. So it's still not fully finished. I've yet to see what come out this year, but it's out of early access, is it not? Is it still in early access? I'm tired of my rat getting nerfed. Oh, that sucks. She was like really good when she first came out. But yeah, I like Mega Bonk. I've been playing it a lot. You know what? Let me see how many hours I have in it. It's nice to have a game that I can just kind of like chillax and play and not stress out about too much. Last year that was Balatro for me. This year it's Mega Bonk. 12 hours. That's kind of a lot for a game I only started playing a month ago. But yeah, I like Mega Bonk. It's fun. I put it over here, I guess. A tier is pretty packed too. Any new features and mods. It's out, but the roadmap shows much promise. I can't wait for them to add a new character that's not a heavyweight. Diablo 4 is my mega bonk, so I get it. Brainless fun to pass the time. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Once I eventually unlock everything, I'm sure I'll drop it, but I guess compared to most roguelikes, A, it's a little bit easier. It's always my problem with roguelikes. And B, the runs are short. So like if I really want to do a quick run, I could just play for like 10 minutes and that's it. I can put it down, which I like. I don't like having some runs are like really long for some roguelikes, like you'll play for over an hour. But I like it. I like it a lot. Another roguelike that I like a lot is Blueprints. I'm still currently playing it, so we'll see where the final tally goes by the end of this month. But I really like Blueprints. I really do. I like it more than I thought I would. I was a little concerned, but the puzzles are really good. Yeah, I like the roguelike aspect. It actually works pretty well because when you're playing through different runs, you'll like encounter a puzzle, right? And they're like, okay, next run, you need to try to do this, this, and that to like try to solve this puzzle. And then in the middle of solving that puzzle, you might encounter another puzzle. Like, oh, I need to do this to solve this. Okay. And then you might not progress in one puzzle, but like you might learn something new about something else. And I think that's really cool. And there's a lot of moments where like, oh, like you learn something new. Sometimes it's not very obvious. Sometimes it's very obvious. I like it. I like it. We'll see how it lands at the end of it all. Also, too many Clarins online. I'm getting tired of that cat. It's just like when people play Marth all the time. Clarin is always really good because she has a sword and she has more range. And if they have more range, then you can't get in, and it's really annoying. And I kind of don't like Clarin for that reason. Okay, another B tier is Star of Providence. Another roguelike I played this year. I like Star of Providence. It's pretty good. It's kind of another roguelike. It's a lot less remarkable than some of the other ones for me anyways. And I'm not like the biggest fan of like twin stick shooters and stuff. And it's got more traditional roguelike elements, but it's still fun. It's still fun. I kind of want to play it again and get a couple more runs in. But I like Star of Providence. It's pretty good. And then another roguelike I played was Absalom, which I didn't really get into. I only played the one time on stream, and I only played like a couple of hours. So I should probably give that game more of a fair shake. But as of right now, like it didn't grab me. Unlike Mega Bonk or Blueprints, where like I played for a couple of hours at first, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. I want to keep playing. Absalom didn't really do that for me. I think because there's not enough variety, I think. You only start with 2 playable characters, and the items you get while playing a run doesn't change up the run that much. You're still kind of generally playing the same. And some of the unlocks you get, like you'll get a different special ability, but that's kind of it. I want to play more to see like if I'll enjoy the combat more, especially since I unlocked a 3rd character right as I ended stream. But I felt like the lack of variety made the game very stale doing repeat playthroughs. I think that combined with, for me, a relatively uninteresting story and worlds, I didn't really care. Fun fact, the word embargo backwards is oh grab me. Why do you know that? Why? Okay, next up, chat. Let's see. Here's one. I didn't like Sifu very much. I kind of dropped it. I don't think anything grabbed you, so it was made of effect. Oh. I see. Why? Why? That's worth no. Is it worth knowing? You want to use up one of your brain wrinkles on that little fact? Anyways, Sifu, I didn't like that game. Oh boy, did I hate that game. The mistakes you make in that game pile up really quick, so you have to like play the levels over and over and over again to like perfect it. And then once you perfect it, or like, you know, do really damn good, then you can progress to the next level, because you're gonna need all of the lives and health you can take. And I got really bored really quick playing the same club level over and over and over again. Like, yeah, you can unlock shortcuts that makes the level easier, but yeah, and it's also like brutally hard because some enemies just have a lot of fucking health. You know, I cannot do repetitive tasks. I can't. I get too bored too quickly. That's why Chrono Trigger is mid to me. That's why Sifu's down here, and that's why I don't like a lot of roguelikes. I cannot do repetitive tasks. I get bored. The phrase used in protest during colonial America against embargoes and tariffs due to the imposed economic pressure. I think we learned our lesson since then. Yeah. Us Americans, we definitely learned our lessons. Yep. Okay, I'm running out of games, chat. Okay, chat. I'm here to tell you, my game of the year, S tier, Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Like, I see why it wasn't a pack-in game, right? They wanted you to pay. It's only $10, but you play it and your mind will be blown. And you're going to ask yourself, why did this cost $10? And I still ask myself this question 6 months later. Why did this game cost $10? I'll put it C. Welcome Tour. What do I even say about that game? What would you rate if it was free? You know what? You make a fair point. Because it costs money, I'll put it in C-. If it was free, I'd put it in C+. I like it more than Zelda. It's a game, I think. It is a game, I think. It's fine. I bought it only so that way I can test the 120 FPS because it was the only game at launch that supported it. I feel like there should have been a launch title that's... I think Metroid Prime 4 would have been perfect for it, but like, I think there should have been a launch title that like actually showcased the Switch 2 capabilities. Because that wasn't it. That the Welcome Tour wasn't it, and Marker World wasn't it. Marker World's still a great game, A tier. But like, as far as showing the Switch 2 capabilities, it did not do that. I think Metroid Prime 4 is a great showcase of the Switch 2 capabilities. It has mouse mode, it has 120 FPS, and it's a beautiful game. Delta Rune Chapter 3. You know what? That's fair. I didn't play that on Switch. Fun fact, Switch 2 Welcome Tour inspired a 2-hour video from... God damn. How do you spend 2 hours talking about that game? What do you even have to say? I can barely fit like 5 minutes of my time talking about it. I wonder if it actually was launch title. It was. It was. Yeah, it's fine. It showcases what the Switch 2 can do, which is cool. And it's like in a presentable way. And I think it's kind of fun to play, kind of. But like $10, bro? What the fuck, dude? Indie devs do what Nintendo don't. Ain't that the damn truth? Okay. Are you ready for chat to execute me? Silk Song. Yeah, I think it belongs there. When a mini games cow dropped. Yeah. Silk Song's an A tier. I'm putting it at C minus. Here's the thing. I'd probably put Hollow Knight in C plus. So like it's not that much of a drop. Chat, I have played a lot of Metroid games. You want me to hold on. You know what? I wrote down a list of every Metroidvania game that I've played. Are you ready, chat? I have played Metroid Zero Mission, Return of Samus, Super Fusion, Primes 1, 2, 3, 4, Hunters, Castlevania, Aria of Sorrow, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Nine Souls, Pseudo Rogelia, Animal Well, RZ, Jewel of Faramore, every single Shantae game, Tunic, Gato Roboto, Blasphemous, Iconoclast, Touhou Luna Knights, The Messenger, Ori in the Blind Forest, Ori and Will of the Wisp, Dust and Listening Tale, Chasm, Strider, Guacamelee, and Hollow Knight. I have played the many Metroidvanias, and I think Hollow Knight 1 is a fine Metroidvania. I put that in C plus. I have played other Metroidvanias I enjoy more. Whether it's more interesting combat, for example. Hold on, let me actually pull out my list so I can actually look at it again. Well, Metroid. I think every Metroid game is probably better than Hollow Knight, but like Nine Souls has much more interesting combat. Or I've played games with more unique mechanics. For example, Ori in the Blind Forest has that bouncing mechanic, or the fact that you can make your own save points, like unique mechanics. I've played games with better story, like Nine Souls. Like, I don't know, I've played so many of them that I like a lot of them more. So Resident Evil 2 count as Metroidvania? I hear people say no, and I guess I agree, because the key factor of a Metroidvania is you get power-ups, and you use your power-ups to progress the game. In Resident Evil, you progress via keys. Every Metroid game is better than Hollow Knight. You hear it here, folks. Other M is better. I like Other M more than Silk Song. I started writing down what I'm gonna talk about in my video. My next video, instead of my normal best games of 2025, you know, I usually do like a top whatever games I played. I'm doing things differently this time because I realized I didn't like that many games that came out in 2025. As you can see, like half of these games are retro games. So I wanted to talk about how I felt about certain games that came out. Hollow Knight is one of them, of course. And I think it comes down to I'll say that. My problem with Silksong. All right, chat. Here's my problem. My problem with Silksong is I think the game is fucking annoying. I think it's very, very annoying to play. There is so many mechanics that I'm like, why did they do that? And the thing is, most of those mechanics aren't even in the first Hollow Knight game, which is what makes it so weird. Because I'm like, you're actively making this game worse. Like, it's not fun. Oh wait, hold on. Here. I wrote it down. Oh, actually, I don't think I have it here in the... Constant attacks by scrub enemies and all the patterns you have to memorize for each boss. Here we go. Here are some things that I find very annoying about the game that I don't think make the game better or more fun, and it doesn't even make the game necessarily harder, just annoying. There are runbacks to bosses, tools cost shards, and they are also limited quality. Switching movesets removes all of your sockets. Enemies with rosaries don't respawn unless you send on a bench, but normal enemies do. Not every enemy drops rosaries, your main source of currency. So many benches and bell stations cost rosaries, which makes you grind more. Basic enemies do 2 damage. Environments do 2 damage. Bosses do 2 touch damage. And sometimes, actually most of the time, beating the boss rewards you with nothing. And I think every single one of those mechanics just make the game that much less fun to play. Like, you start the game with 5 health, so you take 2 damage, so that means you can only take 3 hits. When you finally get enough heart containers to get another piece of health, you still die in 3 hits. That doesn't change. It's so annoying. It's so dumb. I have this cool tool system with these shards that I can use to like use different weapons. So I can throw like a little ninja star projectile. I can throw traps, but they cost currency every time you use it. So if you're fighting a boss and you're using your tools over and over and over again, and you die to the boss over and over and over again, which you will do because these bosses are not easy, you will run out of your currency of shards. So then you have to stop fighting the boss to go grind for your shards. Why did they do that? Why? It's so dumb. And then if you just want to fight the boss over and over and over again, which is like the highlight of the game, is like the bosses, because the bosses are very well designed, you have to do the run back over and over and over again. This platforming challenge where you often take 2 hits of damage from just falling down. So if you fail enough times, you'll get to the boss with like 1 or 2 HP. So you'll die in 1 hit when you fight the boss again. It's so annoying. It's not fun. I just don't get why they did that. Like, there's so many little mechanics that are just annoying. And that is my problem with this game. And it sucks because I like the core combat. Like, Hornet is so much more fun to play than the Hollow, right? She can run. She has this cool like downward diagonal attack that I really like. The environments are pretty. The characters are great. I love the little guy who has a little bell and he hits the little thing. Like, there's so many things I want to like about the game, but it's just not fun to play. And it makes me sad because I do want to play it. I don't want to hate this game. I really don't. I love me a good Metroidvania, but that is not it, fam. Hi Fang. Okay, I got off I was on my soapbox for a second because I feel like I have to explain myself when I talk about Silksong. I bought Hollow Knight from the Winter Sale. I'll see what Silksong is all about down the road. I like Hollow Knight. I think it's a little overrated because some people say it's like the greatest Metroidvania ever or whatever. I wouldn't go that far. I like Hollow Knight. I think it's a solid Metroidvania. If you like the genre, I highly recommend it. A Silk Song, I don't think I can quite as easily recommend. In fact, I know several people who have started Silk Song like me and didn't finish it, but have played Hollow Knight and finished it because of such questionable mechanics. Your buy tool should have a limited cost. It should either have a limited cost or just have a limited amount that you can spend before resting. Like, you know, you have traps, you can use 10 traps, and once you're out. But if you rest at a bench, it resets. Like, why don't they just do that? That mechanic already exists. You can only have a certain amount of uses of a certain item, but then that also costs currency to refill. Why have both limitations? Why not have one or the other? Dark Souls is limited use items. You use items in boss battles, so what? I don't like the items in Dark Souls, really. Elden Ring has like an abundance of items that you can use that are like one use. And I personally don't like that mechanic either. It feels a lot less necessary though in Dark Souls than it does in Hollow Knight. You actually agree with this list, Fang? I'm actually surprised. Anyways, that's my rant about Silk Song. I wanted to like it more. I really did, but it's just annoying to play. All right, chat, I'm running out of games here. Before I get to like the big ones for me anyways, let's talk about Liar's Bar. This is a very different game. And I like Liar's Bar. Liar's Bar is a fun multiplayer game to play with friends, especially since it's so cheap. It's like less than $10. That stream that I had with Woosie, Dark, and Bree with Liar's Bar, it was actually one of my favorite streams this past year. It was so fun to play that game. I like this game. Fun multiplayer game to play with your friends. I'll put it probably higher than some of these. Because I liked it. It was fun. Sparks of Hope and A. I only played the first one. Sparks of Hope is better than the first game in a lot of ways. The combat is way more in depth. You have way more movement options, a little bit more customability. The combat is just really, really good, and the worlds are interesting. I forgot Liar's Bar is a thing. Kind of same. I want to play more of it, like with friends, because I think it's a lot of fun. it's a lot of fun. Bonanza. We'll talk about Bonanza. Fang brought it up. I like Bonanza. I'll put that in A tier. Somewhere here. I'll put it right there. Yeah. I'll put it right there in A tier. Do I really like all those games more than Bonanza? It's kind of a lot. Am I saying... I can say... Huh. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, kinda. I wanted to like Bonanza more, but something about it I wasn't as hooked on as like other Donkey Kong games or other Mario games. But it's an A tier, so it's obviously a damn good game. Oh, banana. It's fun. I liked it. I liked the story. I liked the different areas. I liked the core mechanic of like digging and smashing things. It never got old. But I don't know. I didn't feel inclined to unlock all of the bananas. I think the core thing, for me personally, this is totally an opinion thing. As far as like, compared to like a traditional 3D Mario game, I didn't like his movement as much as like playing Mario. Because Mario, you're like, you know, a nimble acrobat where you're doing backflips and long jumps and triple jumps, all this cool stuff. And Bonanza, you're like a tank, you know, you're punching the shit out of everything, which is also fun. I just prefer like the 3D Mario style more than the 3D Donkey Kong style. It's definitely better than DK64, but I don't think it's as good as like Mario Odyssey or Bowser's Fury here, or as good as the 2D Donkey Kong games like Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 and Tropical Freeze. Because I find at least those games have, for me, more memorable levels, more iconic music. I don't think the music is as good. I like all of the no, I can't even say that. I like some of the Pauline songs. The Zebra song got stuck in my head a lot in that game. Turning into different animals is cool. I feel like it wasn't quite like a Donkey Kong game. I think turning into different animals is kind of Donkey Kong-ish. I mean, I guess you do that in the other games. But I don't know. Like, for me, the core mechanics of a Donkey Kong game is animal buddies, which was in it, but also the partner system where you have a second player that does, you know, has a different move set, kind of. You know, in Donkey Kong Country 1, Donkey Kong weighs more than Diddy Kong, so he can beat up the heavier enemies. But Diddy Kong is more nimble and faster, so you play him if you want to go fast. You know, Donkey Kong Country 2, Dixie Kong can float, but she is slower. She holds the barrel over her head, which is good for enemies above you, but Diddy Kong holds it in front of them, which is better for the enemies in front of you. Like, you know, stuff like that. In Bonanza, you only play as Donkey Kong, so you're only just like the tank the whole time. I kind of wish there was a partner mechanic. Pauline doesn't really do much except for like she does like the little singing mechanic that kind of guides you on where you're supposed to go, and a couple of things here and there. But yeah, that was like the thing for me that was missing in that game that made it not feel like a Donkey Kong game. Like Diddy and Dixie Kong felt like they were thrown in there for that one area for like 5 minutes. They're like, oh shit, I think people are gonna be mad if Diddy Kong's not in this game. Let's throw him in here for this one level. And like, that's it. Because like, to me, the Donkey Kong game gotta have Diddy Kong, you know? All that said, I still think it's a great game. I still had a lot of fun. I still put like 40 hours into it and got like, not all the bananas, but I got a shitload of them. So it was fun. I like Bonanza. A tier, not my goatee though. All right, chat. Let's talk about Metroid. I want to start off with Metroid. Or I want to talk about other stuff. All right, Metroid. Let's talk about Metroid. Metroid Prime 2. I played every Metroid Prime game this year except for Prime 1 because I have already played Prime 1 on stream when the remaster came out, and I played Prime 1 a bunch. For reference, Prime 1 for me would be an S tier game. My second favorite Metroid game is still Metroid Prime 1. Metroid Prime 2, I've always felt was not as good as Prime 1. I'll put that in B tier with the other GameCube games, I guess. I like Prime 2. I like the dark and light world aspects. But I do think it can be kind of tedious and repetitive to backtrack in the game because of the light and dark world mechanics. I think it was an interesting concept. I'm glad they tried it. I don't think it really worked out very well. I like the light and dark beam. Didn't like that it cost ammo. My least favorite part about that game is the structure of it. it was way more clear the second time around now that I've played it and I had someone pointed it out to me. But basically, unlike most Metroid games where you're bouncing around from like one area to another, Metroid Prime 2 and then all of its subsequent sequels also follow this trend. You're basically, you'll have your like starting hub area, and then you get your quest, and then you go to a new area and you spend the bulk of your time in this one area to, like, you know, solve the puzzle, and you traverse this one area and you fight the boss, and then you're basically done with that area, and then you go back to the hub world, and then you go to the second area and you're just stuck in that area. And I think it's fine. I don't dislike it, but I definitely prefer the structure of other Metroid games where you're constantly switching between area and area as you become more and more familiar with each level. And because of this backtracking in other Metroid games, like, you find ways of like going through them faster. In Metroid Prime 1, you get the grapple beam and you can just straight up skip over some of the platforming sections, or you get the double jump and make traversing this area quicker, where before you needed a morph ball, now you have the double jump, you can just skip this one morph ball section. I like that. In Metroid Prime 2 and most of the others, that doesn't really happen unless you go back specifically to backtrack to get other items and power-ups. You only do that at the end of the game. And then in the end of the game has the key hunt. Metroid Prime 1 started this trend, and I was personally fine with it because you got some of the keys before the end game where you need to collect, like, I don't know, 7 of them in a row. But I was fine with it because it was a good opportunity to, like, get all the items. But most people don't like it. I think preferably the way you would execute this idea is you can get, like, most of the keys to get to the final area of the game and beat it, but you can't get, like, the last few keys until you have all of the key power-ups. And that makes sense because, like, Super Metroid's kind of like that too. Like, yeah, you don't have keys, but you do need to beat the 4 bosses in Super Metroid to progress, right? And in order to beat the 4 bosses, you need to get, like, most of the power-ups. So, like, that's fine. I just think it could have been executed better. Prime 2 does it the worst, where it's like, okay, you need to get all 9 of the keys back to back. And what's worse is when you're playing Prime 2, you don't even know you need keys to beat the game. In Prime 1, and make it explicitly clear early on when you go into the Shozo ruins, and it's like, you know, you need to get all 10 of these keys to get to the end and, like, defeat the poison or whatever. I forget how they phrase it. It's clear early on. Metroid Prime 2 is not. So you're like, oh fuck, I have to do a key hunt at the end, and it can't find it unless you have a scope that lets you see invisible things, and that's like one of the last, like, 3 power-ups you get. So you have no indication you even need it. It's like, oh my god, it's such a bizarre choice. I still like it, don't get me wrong, it's still in B tier, but it's such a weird choice. I think Prime 3 is better in that regard. I'll put you at the top. I still think it's B because it still has the same quote-unquote problem I have, where the areas are not interconnected areas. They're literally separate planets, and you kind of go through the planet. And even then, sometimes the areas on the planet don't connect very well, so you have to use your ship to, like, fast travel from one section to another, and there are so many load times because of it. That said, I liked the controls in Prime 3. I liked the motion controls. I liked how they use the grapple beam in that game, where you use it to, like, defeat certain enemies. So you, like, throw it out and you pull it back in to, like, remove someone's shield. I think it was really cool. I liked the cinematic aspects of it. I liked the story. I liked how they had different bounty hunters and how they get corrupted and you have to go fight them. I think that's all really cool. I know a lot of people don't like it. I think it's fucking cool. Has one of the best boss fights in any Metroid game, where you fight Ridley down a hole and you're shooting him in the face. I like Prime 3 a bit more than Prime 2, but it has a lot of the same problems. The key hunt is a lot better though, because you can get like half of them without even trying. And then you don't even need all of the keys. But yeah, I like Prime 3 more than Prime 2. Prime Hunters is okay. It's mid. It's a DS spin-off. It's pretty cool because it's like, you know, you got like a little first-person shooter on your DS. But playing it, I actually tried playing it recently on my Eowyn and Thor, which is, for all intents and purposes, is a modern 3DS. So it's Android based and it's got 2 touch screens. One's a small one, one's a big one. It's like playing a giant 3DS. And I've played it with the touch screen on my own time, and controls aren't great. Playing the game using touchscreen controls is not great. But I like the different hunters in that game. They're super cool. I really like the whole different Prime hunters in that game. And I like that Corruption had some different bounty hunters as well. And then even Prime 4 has Silex, which is from hunters. I like that. I wish I could play the multiplayer. I don't even know how I would play the multiplayer today in 2026. Well, the multiplayer's fun. It's so fun. I like it. I liked Hunters. It was really weird structure-wise because it's not like a normal Metroid game where you unlock new abilities as you progress. You only unlock different lasers and different weapons. But the different beams are really cool. Yeah, like an ice beam. That was like, it was kind of different. One of them was like a grenade almost. It was super cool. I like the different beams in that game. And you get them from defeating different hunters. I enjoyed my time with Prime Hunters. I don't think anyone should go out of their way to play it if they've played all the Metroid games or whatever. But it was fun. I think for the time, I could kind of appreciate what it was trying to do. Okay, chat. All that's left is Prime 4. Well, and 2 other games that may or may not be my game of the year. Drum roll. If I were to have a top 5 games that I played that came out last year, looking at this list and thinking about it more, it probably would be like Bonanza, Shantae, Elden Ring, Deltarune, and Metroid Prime. That would probably be my top 5. And then if I were including older games, Kirby's great. All right, Metroid Prime 4. Where do I put you? A tier? S tier? B tier? I will put Metroid. I'd put you in A. I put you in A. Oh, that feels weird. I like Kirby more than Metroid. I might. I like Metroid Prime 4 Beyond quite a bit. I think it's definitely better than any other Metroid Prime game besides the first game. I've seen people say it's the worst one or like one of the worst Metroid games, but bro, you gotta play Prime 2 and 3 again, man. You really do. I think Prime and 2 and 3 are probably a smidge overrated, honestly. Have you seen the scores? Prime 4 is a really good game held back by the weirdest fucking choices ever. And they're mostly nitpicks, but like the nitpicks add up, and that's kind of my problem. So, okay, let's talk about what I liked about Prime 4, and then I'll talk about what I didn't like. Prime 4 is one of the prettiest games I've ever played. Definitely the best looking game on the Switch 2 so far. It's beautiful. It runs at a smooth as butter 120 FPS. God damn. I wish more games ran that smoothly. It's so impressive that it runs that well. Like, I have not played another game that looked that pretty and that ran that consistently well. It's a technical marvel. The atmosphere and the environments are stellar, and that's like very important for a Metroid game. I know like a lot of the time graphics or whatever can be sometimes considered shallow, and sometimes it can be overblown in its importance. I think Metroid games need to have a good atmosphere, and I think that is built upon things like in the environments, the graphics, the sounds. And I think Beyond is like the best game in terms of atmosphere of the Prime games, except for maybe the first one. Do you mean Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Switch 2 edition? Yeah, that one. You like how that's like the cover I found? It was the only square image I could find of this cover. I have not said what my favorite game is yet, but it's not Prime 4. But yeah, Prime 4 is a very pretty game. It's so pretty. It's so pretty, and the game plays so well. The combat is really good. It's got your classic Metroid Prime combat, but I like the beams and its implementation in this game. I might like how it's implemented more than in Prime 1. Like, I really liked the fire beam, the ice beam, and the thunder beam. I liked their missile version upgrades that are optional. I like them more than in Prime 1 even, because in Prime 1 it costs like 10 missile ammo or some shit like that to like use like their super powerful weapon. But in this game, the charge combos just cost like 3 ammo or sometimes 5 ammo, and that's it. And oh god, it's so cool. And then like you get the ability to double charge it, and it's so awesome. I love the combat in this game. Probably my favorite combat in a Metroid Prime game. So like there's a lot of positives to it. The negatives come in like these random weird decisions, like the desert area that everyone complains about. There's a reason why everyone complains about it. It's not very good, sadly. I wanted to like it because it's like this open world hub, but it wasn't very fleshed out. I think if it was like 20% smaller, I would have enjoyed it significantly more. If it was 20% smaller and you had to get like less of the green shards, and if there was a couple of more challenges, like when you first get the Viola, your motorcycle, you have to do like this like race challenge and tutorial, and it's like really cool, but you never have to really utilize that much in the actual desert. Like there's enemies that pop up that you use them for, and there's like 3 kinds of enemies, and that's it. I wish like there were some optional challenges, and they could have even dressed it up as like more tests for you or whatever, where you have to like race across from one side of the map to the other in X amount of time. You know, like basic trial stuff that you would see in a normal open world game. Or like, you know, do a combat mission with the Viola bike, and then you get like a missile upgrade, or you get your boost upgraded in your car. Like stuff like that. It wouldn't take much, and I wouldn't even want that many. Like if they did like 10 missions total or something, that would have been enough. But it was just like something was missing in the desert, and that's one thing I think was missing, like simple challenges. That's stuff that like Grand Theft Auto does for their open world, you know? Or Batman Arkham City. I wanted like something like that would make the desert better. And then I didn't like the green crystals because you had to collect so fucking many of them and they weren't easy to grab in the desert. It was kind of dumb. And the other thing was the companions. I know that's one's kind of a dicey, touchy subject. So some people really hate it. I thought they were fine. You had 5 different characters with distinct personalities. The first guy you meet is Mackenzie. He's the fucking nerd, and he kinda sucks. When you first meet him, he's kind of like your tutorial, and he talks a lot. And his dialogue is kind of bad. He's like the worst of like the dialogue, I think, in the game. But after like the intro sequence, his dialogue is a lot less annoying and a lot less bad. In my opinion, I think it's a little overblown, and I think he gets better. I think his dialogue and his voice acting comes a lot more natural, and I think he's fine after the tutorial part. I don't like how often he talks to you in the radio, especially because, you know, when you're playing Metroid games, you just want to explore and you want to sometimes backtrack purposely to get some more items, more power-ups, you know? And the game's constantly like, why don't you go to this area so you can progress the game? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Don't tell me what to do with a Metroid game, you know? You're supposed to be exploring. I think if they had that as a toggle, I would have been good. That's all I need. Just like a toggle to make that optional. Or they should just make it where he doesn't talk at all. And you have a Mackenzie button in your menu. So like that button should stay there. And if you need like advice on where to go next, you can go to your menu and then talk to him. And I think that would have been perfectly fine. Like totally suitable. The other characters, hit and miss. You have the sniper guy who sounds like his voice was AI generated. I don't think it was, but he talks really weird. His voice acting was not very good. I wish he was probably more present in the game. I think that would have made the last bit of the game much more tolerable if he was there throughout, where he would randomly give you power-ups. That doesn't happen until the end of the game. I don't know why that doesn't happen after you find him. That would have been better. Then you have the rookie and the sergeant. The rookie is the girl who's like, oh my god, it's Samus Aran. And then they fangirl over her. And people find that cringe. I, on the other hand, find it hilarious. And I think you're supposed to find it funny. Because, like, she's all like, oh my god, it's Samus. Can you please sign this nude poster of you? Because it's funny because, like, the sergeant guy is right next to her. And he's like, yo, shut the fuck up, basically. He's like, relax, okay? And that's kind of the whole point, because she's like the private and he's the sergeant, so he's the one in charge, and she's like the noob, and she's the noob character. And I actually thought they handled it pretty well, because she actually grows as a character throughout the game. She becomes more independent and less fangirly. That's character growth, and I liked it. Also, if I met Samus Aran, I would be just like her, so I can't even blame her. It's also on track with the other Prime games, because in Prime 2 there is logs where like you read from the Federation Force and like, man, that Samus Aran girl's pretty badass. I bet she didn't have to do this boring work that I have to do, you know? So like the foundation of that was already there. It is like the legendary space bounty hunter, you know, Samus Aran. So like, whatever. I think that part's overblown. And then you have the robot guy who is the coolest guy in the fucking world, and he chucks you when you're in morph ball mode, and that is the greatest moment in the game. I love robot guy. He also has a freaking amazing singing voice. I liked the characters. I think they could have done more, but that's kind of it. Like, that's kind of like my problem with Metroid Prime 4. I feel like they could have done more with some things or tweaked like other things. I think, like, there's just so many, like, little nitpick problems I have with Prime 4 that if they fixed them, it would be so much better. It could even be S tier. but like they just need to tweak the desert section, you know, added some more challenges, remove the amount of green crystals you need, tone down the dialogue a little bit. Like there's just like a couple of like small things that like hold me back from praising it more. Where's Deltarune? I've rated to get to down here. But yes, I like Prime 4 Beyond. I just have nitpicks. And then let's talk about Night Rain and how I really like this. Do I put it in S tier? Yo, fuck it. I'll put it in S tier. I spent like how many hours in this game? 70 hours. That's a lot for me. Yeah, Night Rain's fucking great. I like Night Rain a lot. I could probably just make the C tier again. It's a lot, but I have a lot in the A tier, so it's fine. But yeah, I like Night Rain a lot. I put 70 hours into it. It's my favorite multiplayer game that came out this past year. I like the fact that it has like a lot of build variety, and you have like the 10 or so different characters that you can play, and they're each different and unique, and they feel different to play. And they just took all of like the cool build variety in the base Elden Ring game and shoved it into this one. And because like runs are like 30 minutes long, you know, you can actually try out different builds and actually get to enjoy different aspects of the combat. I like a lot of the characters. I liked the roguelike aspects of it actually, because it adds a lot to like the replayability. I think there is barely just enough variety in this game for me to enjoy it. Barely. I wish there was more variety in the terrain, because you're basically playing on one map over and over and over again. I wish there was a little bit more variety in that. A little bit more variety in the camps. But like, minor problems. I still spent 70 hours in the game. It's just fun. Don't play a single player though. Playing a single player fucking sucks. Playing multiplayer though is a lot of fun. Just playing Souls games in general with a friend is always really, really fun, because you can have different classes and they can supplement your weakness and, you know, stuff like that. Combat's great. Boss variety is good. The super bosses or whatever, like the final boss of day 3, there's like 10 of them, and then DLC added some more. So like, there's a lot to do in this game, and I haven't gotten bored of playing it. My only gripe is I wish there was more terrain variety, and I wish the relics for the builds were better. Because once you play a character enough, it does start to become a bit samey. Because, like, there's no way to, like, augment your abilities or something like that. Like, I wish there were more... You can customize your relics, where you can start off with, like maybe you can start off with a specific skill and a specific, like, what's it called? Attunement. So you can do like fire damage right off the start. Like, some of the relics already do that, but it's completely random. So like 99% of the relics you get for completing a run is like garbage. I toss them all away because they suck. You're basically going to be using the ones that you get from your quests and the ones you buy in the shop, and that sucks, because I wish there was more of a reward for doing like the runs. Your reward for the most part is either A, progress of the remembrance, B, currency, or C, relics. The B Currency you can use to unlock different outfits, which is nice. I like different outfits. And then C, the currency you use to buy stuff. And buying stuff in shops is good, but eventually you've bought most of the things you want. So like, I wish the relic aspect was better. That's like my key problem, I think. Oh, it's a ton of fun. I like it. I'm always down to play some more Night Rain. Okay, chat. If you haven't figured it out, my game of the year is Deltarune. There we go. Deltarune's my game of the year. Why are you saying no? I got it wrong. Fox games didn't speak to me and I have no obligation to play them. It's good, but it didn't entice me to see every other chapter. Internet spoilers. Yeah, internet spoilers, you gotta be careful with Deltarune. It's just because so many people have played it. Like when Deltarune launched, it fucking crashed Steam. And I think the Nintendo Switch store. So like, yeah, it's really popular. It's kind of everywhere. I really liked chapter 3 and 4. I was debating on even putting it on here because Deltarune is not a complete game. It's like, you know, a couple of parts of a game. But there wasn't really too many games that I played this year that I absolutely love or stood out. But I think Deltarune is the one that stood out the most for me. It's like, Deltarune is one of the few games that can like make me laugh and make me like borderline cry and just make me excited and make me angry. Like I feel all of these different emotions when playing the story-based game. Like I love all the different ways that the game can make me feel with its story. The combat is always good and it's constantly upping the variety, especially in chapter 3 with the different mini games and how when you fight the final boss of chapter 3, it's like all of the mini games you learn, it's like the final challenge, and it's like a mix of like WarioWare and like turn-based combat. It's such a unique like combat. It's so interesting every time, and like I'm super interested in the narrative. There's so many questions, and playing it like chapter by chapter, normally it sucks, and in a lot of ways it does suck because you have to wait years for another chapter. But at the same time, like you get to like speculate on what's gonna happen next, and like the speculation is like half of the fun. You know, you're like, oh man, who's the Roaring Knight? Like, what's he up to? Is it really this person? Like, I don't know. Like, what does Chris know? What does Ralsei know? Like you're just trying to figure out and dissect and pick apart like all this stuff, and doing that with the community is like a lot of fun, and that's like honestly half the fun. It's only 28% of the game. Yeah, it's like a quarter of the game. I forgot about the boss because it'd be on my first try. I remember the night though. Oh, I remember the boss on my first try because honestly, it's my favorite boss so far, I think. I love Tenna. Tenna's great. The characters are just so great and interesting. I like Tenna. I loved the turtle guy whose name escapes me right now. But yeah, I love the writing, I love the story, and the gameplay is good. It's nice and varied. I liked how in chapter 3, you got to play on like that Zelda-esque map, and you're playing with Susie and Ralsei, and like they are... It's a perfect combination of narrative and gameplay, which you rarely see, where like Susie is like such a chaotic gremlin that she's basically playing her own game by herself and running around, and you don't control her, and it's so funny. And I like how that affects the gameplay because she's constantly doing things on her own. You're like, wait, stop. And then Ralsei just follows you because that's the way he is. He's just all about following Chris, and it's so cool. And I love the gameplay and how they incorporate it with the story. It's just so good. It's so good. I know why like most lists don't mention Deltarune when talking about games of the year, but like I feel like it deserves a little bit more credit than it has been getting so far. Like, yeah, it's fucking popular, right? It's everywhere, so I wouldn't say it's underrated at all, but I feel like it deserves more attention critically than just like a general thing. I love it. I love Deltarune. I look forward to chapter 5, which hopefully actually does come out this year. Toby says is on track. But yeah, I love it. I love Deltarune. My only problems, the super nitpickiest and nitpickiest things, where I think chapter 4 had actually just too much dialogue, which is the first time I've ever thought that in a Deltarune game / Undertale. Because like the first half has so much dialogue that I didn't know if there was actually going to be a segment where you go in the dark world, because that's how much dialogue was in chapter 4. It was a lot. I liked it. It was good, but I feel like A, being able to speed up dialogue would be good. B, I think like most visual novels, or at least good visual novels, you should have a text log where you can see previous text, which is important because sometimes I'm mashing through text and I might forget something. And C, I wish there were more save points and more, because there was times where I accidentally progressed and I didn't mean to. And because I progressed, I kind of fucked myself out of dialogue or missing key points. And so I had to like restart. And it was really annoying because I want to experience all of the game. I don't want to experience some of it. And it's annoying how often you don't know when a point of no return is about to happen. And it happens a lot in chapter 3 and 4. And it's kind of infuriating. But those are my problems, and they're nitpicks at the end of the day. I fucking love Deltarune. Chapter 3 is great. Chapter 3 and 4 are great. Definitely my game of the year, and if not, I'd probably pick Elden Ring Night Rain, which is a weird choice because it's a multiplayer game, but god damn, that game is so much fun. So yeah, here is my list. This is my final tier list. I'm gonna remove now all of the games I have played before because I feel like it's kind of weird, like I said. Like Star Fox 64, S tier. Yeah, really? Yeah, no shit. It's one of my favorite games. I played it when I was like 5. I have super nostalgia for it. So let's remove it and see how the list looks after this point. Damn, actually a lot of A tiers that are not repeats. Double Dash. I'll leave Prime 2 there for the comparison, but I have played that one before. I have technically played Assault before, but never beat it, and that's how I usually rate things. Basically removing all of the Mario Kart games except World. Kind of clogs up the list. Oh, I guess that is all of them. There we go. This feels more like a list. Removed all of the Mario Kart games. 2025 was rough on games. Yeah. For me, it was a backlog year. Like, look at all these. These are all retro games that backlog. These are all games I played again, right? Retro games is going back, but like Star Fox, Chrono Trigger, and then even some games that are older. Bowser's Fury, Kirby. It was my backlog year. So like RPGs, I think we should have a bigger or better definition for indie games. For me, the way I would describe an indie game is you have a very, very limited budget, and it's made by a very small team. Like a small team. I think like less than a dozen people and less like budget. The new games made it higher on the list. Yeah, actually. But there were some games I haven't played. I want to play Dispatch. Hopefully next week I'll actually play Dispatch. And I'm curious to see. That's like the only other game that came out last year that I want to play. Blueprints, I'm still playing. It's in the A tier. And then I wanted to play Excalibur, whatever it's called, Expedition 33. But it's long and it used AI generated art, so I'd rather not support it in any way. Dispatch, I'm really excited for Dispatch. We'll see how that would land whenever I make my video. This is good baseline for what my video, when I ever make it about my gaming in 2025. There were a lot of roguelikes this year. Count how many roguelikes are on this list. There's a lot. I'm excited for Bug Fables. I'll try to play it. Hard to find, especially if some of them have a publishers who are big. I feel like you having a publisher almost disqualifies you. Almost, because there's some that get picked up later. But your top movies of 2025. Okay, real quick. I really liked Zootopia, I really liked Avatar, and I really liked The Bad Guys 2. Those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. I like Superman. Superman was good. None of the Marvel movies were that good. Fantastic Four was like pretty good. Captain America was fine. What was the other? Thunderbolts was fine. Any other movies I saw this year that came out this year? I'm trying to think. Jurassic World was kind of whatever. It's fucking mid as hell. Oh, animated movies. I do like animation. That's my thing. I love animation. FNAF 2. I didn't see it. Woosie saw it without me. What else came out this year? Any other notable movies? Oh, I really liked Naked Gun. Highly recommend the Naked Gun film that came out this year. It was fucking hilarious. What a bitch. Don't let her hear you say that. Player obscure Expedition 3, and it's any game that had a backing. It's more of a AA game. It's definitely a AA game. Definitely double A. Same with Dispatch. I would consider that a AA game for sure. Thinking about a movie 30 minutes ago. I was thinking about watching all of them. Are you talking about Naked Gun? Sophistos, if you watch Naked Gun, please let me watch it with you. I want to do a watch. I want to kind of do a watch party for the Naked Gun movies. They're so fucking funny. They're so funny. John Wick Ballerina. I haven't seen it. Kind of forgot about it. I haven't seen John Wick 4. I didn't like John Wick 3, so I haven't watched past that. Basically. Did not watch Predator Badlands. Heard it was good. Chat, what was your game of the year? And do you agree or disagree with my lists? Please let me know in the comments below. Watch Naked Gun, have some album. Yes, let's do it. Let's make a watch party. It's so funny. I don't know about. I remember liking Naked Gun 2.5, but I remember not liking the third one. But I mostly want to watch the first one and the remake at the very least. You like the list? Hell yeah. Really like Predator Badlands. I didn't watch it because it's kind of like every sequel to Predator has been bad, so I just it's another Predator movie and it has the word bad in it. You really think I think it's gonna be good? But I heard it was good, so I should probably check it out at some point. 3 and a third was a bit crazy, but the original and 2 were great. as a, well, not really a kid, but more as a teenager. As a teenager, I really liked 1 and 2. I thought they were both funny. And I wasn't sure if they would hold up, but I saw 1 right before I saw the remake, and goddamn, that movie's so fucking funny. It definitely holds up. Didn't play many of these games. That's fair. I don't think too many people out here were playing EOE Eve of Extinction, you know? And a lot of it's backlog. My problem with 2025 is twofold, right? If you look at the games of the year that were nominated, there were a lot of sequels that were basically just the first game, but like, again, Death Stranding 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, Ghost of Yotei, I don't know. I don't speak weeb. I'm trying to remember all of them. I can't remember, but like a lot of them were just like pure sequels. Hades 2. There were sequels of games that either I played and I didn't care to play the sequel, or I weren't interested in the first game and then the second game was more of the same. Death Stranding and Kingdom Come Deliverance. Personally, not my kind of game, not really interested. And then there was like a sequel to it and I'm like, okay, it's like the same game again. Or on the other end of the spectrum for like indies, like most of them were roguelikes. Look how many roguelikes are on this list. I didn't even play all of them. We have Night Rain, we have Blueprints, we have Megabunk, we have Peak, we have Repo, we have Absalom, we have Whisker Squadron. Like, so many roguelikes came out. That's 7. I didn't play all of them because I haven't played. There was a Prince of Persia roguelike that came out this year. And I'm sure there was more. There's just so many, and I don't really like roguelikes that much in general. I'll still play them, right? Which is why, like, I mean, Megablock and Blueprints are up here. So I still like some of them, but like, I don't love roguelikes. I prefer a more handcrafted experience. So like, you know, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, you know, Metroid Prime, Shantae. That's why those are up there, more higher up. I feel like I'm probably being way too kind of Metroid Prime 4, but I really did like it. I liked it so much that I'm thinking about playing it again, so. Roguelikes and then extraction shooters were huge this year. Yeah, extraction shooters too, Arc Raiders. I really like Night Rain. That's like the only roguelike on here, but it's multiplayer. And that makes a big difference. A multiplayer will make me like something a lot more. I moved Peak Banjo 2 and Battletoads. You would move Battletoads up, Koi? You're fucking crazy. Crazy. Peak and Banjo, I understand. I'm probably being a little too hard on both of them, but I don't really like those games personally. Honestly, indie games are the games to buy. Much more fun experience. Almost always is the case. This year it was Deltarune. Last year my game of the year was technically Paper Mario and 1,000-Year Door. But if we exclude the like a remake, you know, because it's a remake of an old game, my game of the year would have been Nine Souls. I really like Nine Souls. I would put Nine Souls. Would I put it in S tier? Maybe I might put it. It's S or very high A. King of Dispatches wiki appears to be made by former devs from Telltale. Yeah, it's definitely not indie because they're former devs of Telltale and they have a publisher, but you know they're still called indie for some reason. I don't really get it. They were debut indie too. Like, yeah, debut of these former Telltale devs who made games for, you know, tiny franchises like Guardians of the Galaxy, Batman, and The Walking Dead. Yeah, you may have never heard of those. I don't know if you ever heard of those. Such a tiny studio, you know, they had to hire, you know, random voice actor like, you know, fucking Jesse from Breaking Bad. Yeah, you know, a small studio, yeah. So mad that Nine Souls didn't even get nominated. The game's S tier to me. Yeah, I don't know. Like, that game got snubbed. 2024 for me, a lot of games got snubbed. That one and Rivals of Aether didn't get nominated for like best fighting game. And I'm like, why? Rivals of Aether at the very least deserved to get nominated. I was so upset. But Nine Souls, like, I mean, I like it better than Hollow Knight. I like it better than most Metroidvanias I've played. Like, if I exclude Metroid for me, because I'm super biased, like top 5 like Metroidvanias, like Nine Souls would be up there. Ori would be up there. I'm trying to think. At least one Shantae game would be up there. I really like Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. That one's really good. It's on my list. Tunic? I don't know if that counts as a Metroidvania. It's tagged as Metroidvania. Tunic would definitely be up there though. Fucking love Tunic. Oh, Animal Well's great. Pseudo Regalia is also really good. I love Pseudo Regalia. But yeah, this is my list, chat. I think I'm about done. Guess I'll start wrapping up soon. Chat. What games are you excited for that are coming out in 2026? Do you have anything that you guys are looking forward to in particular? And we'll add a publisher. True, technically true. I only played 49 games this year on Steam. That's a lot. I played 53. GTA 6, Tamagotchi Life. Oh, you know, I should play Tamagotchi. I'm curious if I would like it or not. Deltarune Chapter 5. Yo, same. Super excited. GTA 6. I wish I could say I was excited. I didn't like GTA 5 very much. I didn't really like the story or the multiplayer. Multiplayer was the most load screens I've ever seen in my life, and it was very finicky, and I remember getting it to work like half the time. And then the story, I hated all of the characters in the game. I really didn't like the characters in that game. Let me see. I found a list. Persona 4 Revival, true. Mina the Hollower. Oh, I'm upset that game didn't come out this year. Wow, Blue Skies. What's that one? I think I know what that one is, but which one's that one? Yeah, I don't like the multiplayer, but the main core game was amazing. I don't know. Can you get into it? It's Animal Crossing here. Let's see here. A lot of these are just games coming out on new consoles. Oh, Code Vein 2. I wonder if that'll be any good. I liked Code Vein 1. Code Vein 1 was decent. The Star Fox Sparta game? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. That game does look good. I'm looking forward to that one. Does that have a release date? Let's see. What the fuck is this? Neo 3? I never played any of the Neo games. Mugenics. This is the game that's being made by the Binding of Isaac / Meat Boy guy. Yakuza Kiwami 3. Oh shit, don't tell Aaron. Oh, Mario Tennis! I'll be playing that. Maybe. Maybe. To be announced. Damn. I got you the Neo games, but you didn't accept the gift. Oh, I forgot about that. Do you think I would like them? I haven't liked almost any Souls game that's not Dark Souls. I think 9 Souls is the only one. He knows and is a fan of redesigns some of the characters. That's fair. That's fair. I heard about it. They're like, they changed some of the actors for some reason. I can't remember what it was. I had a friend who really loved it. I wonder if I would like it or not. High on Life 2? That's kind of weird. Didn't the dev get canceled? Resident Evil. Ooh, this is important. In February, I need to play Resident Evil 7. I'm going to try to actually play through it again. I need to play Resident Evil 7 because I'm actually really excited for Resident Evil Requiem. Oh, Resident Evil 8. I need to play Resident Evil 8. Because I'm really excited for Resident Evil 9. I really want to play Resident Evil 9. So we got Resident Evil 9. I'm super excited about. Pokemon Pokopia. Low-key excited. Oh, Mouse PI for Hire actually looks kind of good. Oh, Lego Batman and 007. I'm actually keeping an eye out for these games. I might play both of these games. I wonder if Lego Batman will have 2-player. I gotta ask Lucy if she'd play with me. Wolverine. Oh, the Avatar Legends game looks fun. Ooh, that's a lot. Marvel Tokon. There's a couple of games I'm pretty excited about. Nothing I'm like, let's go, like how I was with Metroid Prime or well, I guess I didn't really know at the time that Mario Kart was coming out last year. There's some games. I see what Nintendo's cooking. Oh yeah, actually, I don't remember if it's on here because I don't remember the name of the game. But From Software's new game for the Switch 2 is coming out at some point, and I will probably be playing that. Best boy Rikia turns from a young aggressive man who cares for his hometown and island to some generic hardened looking gangster. Oh. I wonder why they would do stuff like that. I heard 3 needed the Kiwami remake the most just because like some of the combat's not great or whatever. That's what I heard. I don't actually know. But the changing of the cast is a weird choice. We got Monkey Pod. Oh, that's the worst. Is that a war? I never played. Oh, people are really excited about that game. I never really played those RTS kinds of games, but I'm sure some people are really excited about that. New Star Wars RPG. Yeah, that's not for a while. There's some games to keep an eye out on. I'm curious what Nintendo's gonna cook. I wonder if we'll get like a preview of Zelda at some point this year. It's already been 3 years since the last Zelda. Well, almost 3 years. So I think it's only a matter of time before we get a new Zelda game. God, I'm so looking forward to not being Breath of the Wild world anymore. I'm seeing who I can raid right now. All right, chat. Well, I hope you enjoyed my stream, which I talked about my shit opinions for 3.5 hours. I had fun. Keep an eye out on my YouTube channel because this month I'll upload a video about me talking about 2025. Imagine the stream put condensed into 15 minutes, and I don't say nearly as much. I'm gonna talk about Chrono Trigger for 45 minutes. I don't think I talked about it that much. I think I talked about fucking Hollow Knight more than that, or Prime 4. Bum, bum, bada, bum, bum, bum. But yeah, let's go ahead and raid out. We're gonna raid Stux, who is playing Expedition 33, a game that was not on my list of games of 2025. I haven't raided Stux in a minute, so as always, our message is moo. Stream moo at Stux for us, and yeah, stream was longer than I thought it was gonna be. It always is. My next stream will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central, and I'll be playing some Pokemon ZA, which I haven't played in like 2 months, and I'm not even close to beating it, I don't think. So I guess we'll see how that goes. I didn't rate Pokemon ZA. Oh shit! I didn't put Pokemon. I gotta put that on there. I didn't put Pokemon on there. Probably put a B tier as my feeling. Maybe C. B or C. I'll put a B minus. Pokemon ZA B minus. Okay, just pretend it's on there. I'll put it on later. All right, chat. Join my Discord. Get yourself some Confident Cow merch. And that's all of my plugs. I'm gonna head out and have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.